It's time for Angels Spring Training Baseball this afternoon from Phoenix Municipal Stadium. It's the Angels and the Oakland A's. Hi, everybody. This is Terry Smith along with Jose Mota. Jose, the rivalry for spring training will wrap up today. It'll certainly heat up during the regular season when these two teams collide, and it's turned out to be quite a rivalry.
Yeah, you know, the Oakland A's pretty much surprised everybody around baseball, especially in the Angels division, by taking the division at the last day from the Texas Rangers. They played so well, Terry, and you know that these games count a lot because a lot of scouting goes into when you're going to face a team you're going to see 18 or 19 times.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see if the Athletics surprise people this season. They're going to be the ones that people are gunning for in the AL West.
You know, cannot pay a lot of attention to these spring training numbers. I mean, just on the pitching side, the Angels ERA is so high, along with the Athletics, but guys are just catching up on what they need to do to get ready. We're hitting that midpoint in spring training where guys will get more stretched out in their deliveries, what they need to do on the mound with their command and everything around. And we know that Oakland, as the Angels will have, always good starting pitching to begin with.
Both teams are a little bit under the 500 mark so far here in the Cactus League. Well, today, Jose, we're going to see two of the best left fielders in the American League, the top two rookies from a year ago in the AL.
Amazing to see how Yoenis Cespedes adapted to playing in the U.S., but Mike Trout, if Mike Trout's not around, maybe Cespedes even wins that American League Rookie of the Year. But Trout has been pretty much on fire as expected, scoring the baseball pretty much with his timing, with the hands, landing on time, and also already putting a lot of pressure on the opponents, not only by working counts and seeing a lot of pitches, but also what he's been doing on the base pass and playing left field and center field. Cespedes himself, a little bit slow right now here in spring training. He's got a long swing. He's trying to cut down on a couple of things. And also remember, he's going to have the biggest adjustment because he's going to be known well more about the game, what he incorporated into playing in the U.S. and what made him so successful last year for the A's.
No, Jose, as far as Cespedes, he seemed comfortable in the U.S. for the first time a year ago. Maybe even more comfortable this year because he has a lot of his family members here from Cuba.
And I think you know very well, Terry, being around a guy like Kendrys Morales, Vlad Guerrero, and all these guys, the importance of that plays into making sure these guys are concentrating more on their game.
All right, let's talk a little bit about the pitching matchup here this afternoon. The Angels ace, probable opening day starter Jered Weaver will go on the hill. Angels are going to face Travis Blackley, a pitcher that they faced a few weeks ago in spring training.
We've seen Weaver. He is as sharp as they can come. He did not have a great spring last year. Went out there, won 20 games. Look at these pitches. Maybe not exactly where he wants location-wise, but that deception is there. He can vary your level and make sure that you're chasing more on his pitches. He's got a great feel right now for the off-speed pitches. Travis Blackley, well, he's fighting for a spot and the rotation. He's been up in the zone. He's got an outstanding changeup, but he's got an ERA well over 20 right now. Things should get a little bit better for him because now he's going to have more of his defense behind him to catch some plays for him. But for Weaver, going back to what he did last year was just amazing. Understanding that so far this spring, his numbers indicate a guy that's pretty much on his game. And today, Terry, he's going to be able to get stretched out around 75 pitches.
Absolutely. Could go as many as 6 innings today as he goes for the Angels. Also pitching today for the Angels, Jose, we will see David Carpenter in action for the Halos, and also Sean Burnett.
Sean Burnett was very honest. He did not have a very good outing when he first took the mound for the first time for the Angels, and he really assessed it clearly, saying, I need to do better than that, even though it is spring training. In other pitching news, Jerome Williams will be pitching against AAA and the Giants, and also Brett Mills. Just Mike Scioscia wants to keep these guys on their own schedule.
Angels have an off day coming up on Monday, so Mike Scioscia making sure that he keeps everyone fresh as far as his starting pitchers. Well, it's the Angels and the Oakland A's this afternoon here from Phoenix Municipal Stadium. We'll have the lineups, we'll have the start of today's game, and it's coming up next on Fox Sports West.
It's another warm day here in the Valley of the Sun. Folks arriving here to Phoenix Municipal Stadium. A lot of Angel red in attendance here. There's no question about that as the Angels and the Oakland Athletics get ready to meet for the third time for this spring in Cactus League action. As a matter of fact, the last time that these two teams will meet. I'm Victor Rojas. Glad you could join us here on Fox Sports West. Terry and Jose will have the call for you momentarily, but let's run through the starting lineups for the Angels. Of course, Mike Scioscia running out pretty much a pretty representative lineup as far as the big leagues are concerned. Mike Trout leading things off. He'll be in left field. Peter Bourjos will bat in the 2 spot. He's in center field. It'll be Albert Pujols serving as the DH once again. Alberto Callaspo, the cleanup hitter today. He'll be playing third base. Hank Conger is batting 5th and doing the catching. Luis Jimenez, who got the start yesterday at third base, moved across the diamond over to first base today. It'll be Brendan Harris getting the start at shortstop and batting 7th. Cole Calhoun gets the start in right field. And Luis Rodriguez gets a start at second base and batting 9th. For the Oakland A's, 94 victories for them last year. Division winners in the American League West. Bob Melvin runs out this lineup. It's Coco Crisp leading things off and playing center field. Jed Lowry, the new acquisition from the Houston Astros, will bat second and play second base. Josh Reddick will bat third and play right field. Yoenis Cespedes will bat cleanup and play left field for the Athletics. It's Brandon Moss, who had a breakout season for the A's last year. He will bat 5th and play first base. Seth Smith, the former Rocky, he'll bat 6th and serve as a DH. Eric Sogard will serve as a third baseman today. Luke Montz is batting 8th and doing the catching, and batting 9th playing shortstop, former Padre Andy Barreto. That's the starting 9 for the Oakland Athletics for the call of today's game on AM 830 and Fox Sports West. Let's throw it up to the booth where Terry Smith and Jose Mota are just about ready.
pitch against the Angels earlier here in the Cactus League. He did pick off an Angel base runner.
It didn't take long either. Does a good job just holding his ground and being able to balance out of that back leg. And coming close to breaking that angle, too, at 45 degree.
Lefty ready and the pitch. Borges showing signs of bunting. Lays off that pitch. And the count even 1-1. Peter Borges yesterday hit leadoff for the Angels in the loss against Seattle. He had a couple of hits, including a home run. He's been a little bit under the weather, as have many here in the Valley in the past week or so. But Peter bouncing back in the lineup again today. There's a toss over to first, and again back to the bag goes Trout. Albert Pujols waiting on deck. Angels dugout, visiting dugout on the third base side. Angels have on the red tops, gray pants. A's have on the green tops, white pants. Here's the next pitch. Borges tried to bunt that one and misses the pitch. So he's in the hole. It's now 1-2.
Not bad. A changeup, usually a good pitch to bunt because he can track it down so well. But you don't see this very often. A changeup being missed for a bunt. Well, that's how good his changeup is, and eventually, you're going to see Blackley to be on his game. He's going to have that pitch.
1 ball, 2 strikes, the count. Third baseman Sogard is in a bit. Middle part of the infield, double play depth. Next pitch, it's bounced over the mound to the right of the mound, fielded by the pitcher, and the throw is bad. A little shovel toss by Blackley to first base. The Angels will have runners at the corners. That should be an infield hit. And maybe an error on Blackley, enabling Trout to get the extra base going second to third.
Well, you and I talked about this yesterday, is just that it doesn't matter how you hit the ball on the ground. For a guy like Peter Borges, it is important that he continues to do that. This ball was just well placed, but Blackley also makes another mistake besides that error. I'm going to take a chance on that ball landing and see if it rolls out and into foul territory.
Might have, depending on the spin.
And at the very worst, is only first and second right now.
Right. So another one of those Arizona choppers, Jose. We're seeing a lot of those this spring.
Boy, they're hanging, huh?
You got it.
They are hanging when they hit in front of home plate.
Might have a new term here in the Cactus League for those kind of hits. So here's Pujols, and he smashes the first one right over the Angels dugout. Back to the seats. A foul ball. It's 0-1.
Somebody's got a Pujols souvenir, but it's going to hurt a little bit.
Exactly. 2 balls, 1 strike. Pujols hitting third. Callaspo is the cleanup man today. Hamilton is not here. Trumbo has the day off as well. Other starters not here. Kendrick, Iannetta, and of course Ibar is still with the Dominican Republic WBC team. 0-1 on Albert. Angels threatening top of the first. Runners at the corners. No outs to pitch. That is low. Pujols hitting in the 3-hole. The power of the lineup brought to you by Loan Mart. Need cash fast? If you have a car that's paid off or almost paid off, get $2,500 or almost $50,000 today with a quick and easy car title loan. Call 1-800-LOAN-MART today. 1-1 is the count. Next pitch. Albert pops one up on the right side of the infield. This is not going to advance anyone, and making the grab on it is the first baseman Moss across from the bag on the infield dirt. Easy out, 1 away.
All 3 different pitches Albert saw, and all had different location and different spins too. Saw the slider in, which he fouled over the Angels dugout to the left side. Then he saw the changeup, stayed right with it. And then Blackley does a good job sinking a fastball with a little late cut, and Albert not able to extend.
So Callaspo is the next batter. Mentioned he's batting cleanup today. He has driven in 1 run so far this spring. A chance to do some damage here. Runners at the corners. First pitch on Alberto. He takes it low and away from Blackley. The count 1-0. Blackley will throw a fastball, top out around 93. Cut fastball, curveball, and a changeup. That changeup, he likes to use that against right-handed hitters. The lefty is set. And the next pitch. That one is outside. 2-0 the count. Travis Blackley will get a World Series ring if he hasn't gotten one already. He was with the Giants when last season began, and then later picked up by Oakland. Toss over to first base. Diving back to the bag goes the base runner Borges.
That's one thing in Blackley will not hold is he will show you that very good move immediately. And I think it also serves well to the base runners. And right away you can tell how far you want to get out. And of course the Angels on the lefties will run first move.
There's a toss again over to first base, and diving back to the bag goes the base runner Peter Borges.
A different, more straight at him, looking at him, and going right to first base. Not a tricky move. There's this dangerous angle right here that Blackley at times seems to compromise.
There goes Borges. Good jump. Pitches a ball. Throw to second way late. Easy stolen base. So Peter timed it just right and steals second against the left-hander. And the Angels now have two in scoring position with one out.
When you go on first move, you're pretty much just guessing. Your guess is that because he picked up a couple of times, he went over a couple of times, show you different moves. Then you get that first move go. You just go no matter if he picks over or not.
That was a good pitch to run on 2-0. They weren't going to pitch out, so it's now 3 balls and no strikes as Callaspo's in charge of the count here against Blackley. We're just getting a second stolen base this spring. Here's the 3-0. Callaspo takes, and that's in there for a strike. So it's now 3-1.
Here you got to play to what the defense is giving you. Playing back, use the middle of the field.
3-1 pitch. Lined into right center field, and that is going to drive in a pair. It's a gapper. It's going to roll all the way out to the warning track. Crisp is just getting to it. Callaspo has doubled in 2, and the Angels have the early 2-0 lead.
Keep that approach and mentality, especially against a guy like Blackley. Callaspo does a great job staying inside this baseball and driving it to the big part of the field. He's guarding against the breaking ball in the outer part, guarding against the changeup in the outer part, and just keeps that bat flat through the zone. And quickly the Angels are up a couple of runs and also working Blackley with already 17 pitches.
So the first time that Callaspo swung the bat in his at-bat against Blackley, he made solid contact driving in a pair.
Terry, he's going to want to hit the cleanup more often.
Yep.
Not going to happen.
So here is Hank Conger. He's batting in the 5-hole today. First pitch, and he takes that one low. In the last 24 hours or so, a lot is being speculated that the Angels could be looking to add a veteran catcher.
I am not surprised. And as a general manager, you're always looking to see what's out there, and you're guarding and evaluating what's out there against what you have here in camp.
Conger has hit very well this spring, and he fouls this one off just above us out of play.
Terry, no doubt we could not hide it. Both Conger and Hester must show improvement. There's no way of hiding that. It's evident. Teams are running on both of them, and you need a dependable backup, especially on the defensive side.
Yeah. 1 ball, 1 strike to count on Hank. He takes that one for a called strike on the outside corner.
No, does not mean that Conger's not going to make the team, but yeah, I mean, you're out there always looking to see what's out there, especially if there's concern.
And there are a few teams right now that have a lot of catching depth. The Reds are one. The Diamondbacks are another team that comes to mind. Here's the pitch. And Conger got fooled on that one. He holds up on it. Wow, he got a break on the call there by the first base umpire on that check swing. I don't know that Hank would have even argued there had he been rung up, but he gets a new lease on life right there.
If he makes contact, that ball is put in play in fair territory.
So the 2-2 delivery, and he lines that one into left field. It's going to fall in for a hit. Callaspo will be held once he gets to third. So Conger got an extra swing in that at bat, and he came through with a single. Runners at the corners. Still only one out for Luis Jimenez.
Well, the Angels continue to swing the bat very well. They came into this game as a team, hitting .311. Lefties and righties, and the best part is, Terry, to see more of the regular players get involved here in this type of rally early in the game. That collective unit overall needs to play together a little bit more. It's going to happen more here in the next 10 days or so, according to Mike Scioscia.
So Blackley, the A's starter, who came in having a rough spring, now he's having a rough first inning today. Here's the pitch, and that one is a little bit outside. Jose was mentioning Blackley's ERA when he was running down the lineups. His ERA is 21-21. And now it's even higher.
Closing in probably on the 40s right now.
Yeah. Pitch on its way. That's low and outside. 1 ball, 1 strike to count.
Luis Jimenez, deep run producer. We've been saying it since last spring. He's always been a guy that has put up some numbers in the minor leagues, driving in runs. Has done it also here in camp.
Middle part of the infield, a double play depth. 1 out, runners at the corners, 2 in. The pitch, it's popped in the air into right center field. Not too deep. Reddick is camping under. He has a very good arm. Callaspo is going to try to score a throw. And the tag up the line, missed by the catcher Muntz, and Callaspo scores. Boy, the Angels challenge Reddick right there. His throw is way up the line, a good third of the way up the third baseline. But Callaspo avoided the tag. He scores on the sac fly, and it's 3-0 Angels.
So they decide to challenge the caveman out there in right field, Reddick, with that beard and that hair right now. That's what he looks like. But Dino Ebel did a great job getting down the line as a third base coach and never raised his arms. And that means to the runner, you got to go. And at this point, early in the game, you have a lead. Why not challenge your outfielders?
Reddick won a Gold Glove last season in right field for Oakland. Very good throwing outfielder. So the batter now is Brendan Harris. He's hitter number 7 in the first inning. 3-0 Angels, the pitch. That one is low and away.
The Angels really have caught a couple of breaks here. They have capitalized on that. The swing by Conger, not called a swing. He ends up getting a single, and also the challenge here on a short fly ball to right field. So Jimenez gets the RBI on a pop-up to right.
On that sac fly, Conger also advanced. He's at second, and there's a pitch that's in there for a strike. One ball, 1 strike on Brendan Harris, 32 years old. He's had major league experience in the past. Last year, spent the 2012 season in AAA, where he hit over 300. Had a good spring for the Angels, 8 for 29. Couple of runs batted in. 1-1 pitch. He swings and misses that one. He was fooled. 1-2 the count.
That was pitch number 28.
Jared Weaver will be staked to at least a 3-run lead before he throws his first pitch. The Angels coming into this game just 4-12-3. The A's are 8-9-1. Here's the 2-strike delivery. Line down the right field side. Reddick is chasing. The ball drops just foul. That would have been another run, but just a few feet off the line down that right side.
In the meantime, Jared Weaver just waits. It's always good to wait when you know you're going to take the mound for the first time with at least a 3-run lead. I'm glad it's hot out there. It's very warm in those dugouts too.
Still a ball and 2 strikes on Harris. Blackley ready. Next pitch. Grounded sharply third base side. Stopped there by Sogart. Long throw across the diamond, and it's dug out by Moss nicely at first base to end the inning. The Angels do come up with 3. Did it with 3 hits. Also a walk in the inning. 1 error and 1 runner left. We get ready to move to the bottom of the first inning. Angels up on the A's 3-0 on the Angels Baseball Network and Fox Sports West. Fans, don't forget, groups of 20 or more can enjoy Angels baseball for as low as $8 per seat. Now, this year, take advantage of the exclusive group hat collection for select series. To book your group outing, just call 888-796-HALO or visit angels.com/groups. Coco Crisp will lead it off against Jared Weaver as we go to the bottom of the first. Angels up 3-0 here in Phoenix. Crisp is a switch hitter, 33 years old. He'll bat from the left side against the Angels right-hander. Jared is ready. This is his 3rd start this spring, and the pitch, and that one is a little bit low and misses ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes.
A lot of scouting going on here in this ball game as it's 2 rivals will see each other a lot during the regular season. Every single pitch here counts.
Here's the next delivery, and that one is a pitch that misses.
Terry, it counts so much that this is where you can see scouts in the stands making notes, and also where managers start using the advantage of the minor league games to not show or tip their hand on some of their starters.
Here's the next pitch, and that one is low.
For example, the Angels could have been facing Brett Anderson here today, right? Mike Scioscia has done it in the past with Weaver, with C.J. Wilson, when he doesn't want to tip his hand too much to the division opponents.
Anderson is going to pitch for them in their other game, which is underway against the White Sox.
Remember last year, every time there's a Yu Darvish matching up against the Angels, he happened to be pitching a AAA game.
Right. They did not want the Angels to see him until the regular season began a year ago. Here's the 3-1 on Crisp, and he takes that one low. Weaver walks the first batter he faces. That's what happened in the Angels' first inning when Trout walked against Blackley. So Jed Lowry will be the next batter. The Angels and the A's squared off 18 times last year. We're making 19 times last year, and Oakland went 10-9 against the Angels.
That needs to be cleaned up because that's where the Angels really lost the division. It was the head-to-head matchups.
Yep. Angels have gone 40-36 against Oakland over the last 4 years, so it's been a very closely contested series between the two teams.
So you know what? Even more disappointing, the 9-10 record against the A's is the fact that the Angels had a losing record at home at the Big A against Oakland.
Yeah. First pitch was in there for a strike on Jed Lowry. Came over from the Astros during the offseason. Here's the pitch, and that one is high and outside to him. So Weaver has evened up the count. It's 1-1. Struggling a little bit with his control here. And Lowry was traded over to the A's. It came earlier last month on the 4th of February. Here's the pitch, and that one is cut on a miss. In fact, it happened so late, he doesn't even appear in their media guide. They couldn't even get his bio and all his background information in there. They'll just have a little insert when the regular season begins. That happens from time to time.
Yeah, it does. Lowry's still one of those few major leaguers to wear the double ear flap helmet.
Pickoff toss to first, a little bit high on that throw. It took Jimenez off the bag. Weaver has a quick, sneaky pickoff move.
He's gotten so good over the years. I mean, here's a guy that just a couple of years ago allowed over 20 stolen bases and a bat percentage to a caught stealing. He's really paid attention and really improved and become one of the best at holding runners.
Jared delivers. Pitch fouled back right behind the plate. Weaver, as recently as the 2010 season, gave up 27 stolen bases, and he cut that down to just 9 last year. So he chopped that down by, what, 2/3?
Yeah, think about it. That's paying attention to every aspect of your game, knowing that, yeah, for every stolen base, there's a guy getting closer to scoring position, to home plate.
Here's the next pitch, 1-2. Hit hard first base side by Jimenez, and down the right side it rolls. Calhoun getting to it down around the bullpen area. Now the umpire down that right side is saying that ball got wedged up, I believe, down the right side. It's going to be a ground rule double. That'll cost the A's a run there because Crisp had to cross the plate, but it'll be a ground rule double down in that right field area in foul territory is where the ball eventually rolled.
Ball hit really hard to the left of Jimenez. And, of course, this happens sometimes during the regular season, especially in a place like Oakland, where that bullpen is overexposed. You got to be aware as an outfielder, too, not to put those hands up too early and give up on the play.
Right. You got to wait for the umpire to make that call, but sure enough, it was made. So after that ball got clogged up down in that A's bullpen, they have runners at second and third. And at the plate is Josh Reddick, who takes the first pitch, and that one's a ball. It's 1-0. Reddick looks like he spent the whole offseason somewhere in the mountains in seclusion, doesn't he?
Caveman.
1-0 is the count. Here's the pitch, and he drills the ball into deep right center field. Borges has gone way back, and it's gone. Well, the Caveman strikes right there. First home run given up by Jared this spring. That's a 3-run shot here. And just like that, this game is tied up in the bottom of the first inning.
That's what he did a lot. Did a lot against the Angels and did it all around the American League. Elevate, pull the ball with a lot of authority.
Reddick's third home run this spring. Cespedes, who's batting cleanup, will be the next batter. Reddick hit 32 homers last year, so he can hit the ball out of the ballpark, and he showed it right there. Here's Cespedes, and the first pitch. That's a called strike on the inside corner. So a walk, double, and 3-run homer tied up the game for Oakland. And the next next pitch. That one is ripped foul down the left side.
Speed right now for Weaver is staying up in the zone. Even when we're doing our television open, loading some of the footage we have from Weaver against Cleveland, he did have some strikeouts, but you could see that a lot of the off-speed pitches, even though they did have that speed differential, just were staying up in the zone. Something he needs to tone down here quickly.
Here's the next pitch. 2-strike delivery. At Cespedes reaching. He bounces it to Callaspo. His throw to first is in time. That'll be the first out. 5-3 on the ground out. Brandon Moss will be the next batter.
That's what you're talking about. That ground ball right there is because the breaking ball was very well located. Anytime you see a catcher go down and almost want to catch that ball in the dirt, you can tell that's exactly the adjustment that needed to be made.
Moss, the batter, he was a very pleasant surprise last season for the Oakland A's after he got called up from AAA. And the pitch, that one is in there. He credits his hitting coach, Chili Davis, for really turning his career around. He's been pretty much a journeyman up until last season. The pitch, and he hits one sharply on the right side. Nice stop by Luis Rodriguez. A pretty play, and he throws him out at first base. Nicely done by Rodriguez at second.
I like that versatility. Another ball hit very hard. Another pitch up in the zone. And this time hit into somebody. Rodriguez waiting for that ball to almost get past his body just so he could clear his hands. And does not get handcuffed on that one. Nice play. So here, as you were talking about Moss, that's where that theory of wins above replacement, you got to throw it out. Is he not supposed to be a AAA player in the eyes of many?
Yeah.
So what happens then? How many games do they win because of him?
He came up, played in 84 games for the A's. And of course, a lot of them were in the second half of the season, and that's where they really made their big turnaround.
I mean, I respect the news, sabermetrics, all that stuff. Great, but just tell me about Brandon Moss. Where was he rated before this year? Could he come in and replace somebody, a productive big league player, and do what he did? Most people would have said absolutely not. He's a 4A guy.
Wow.
That's the beauty of our game, man. Just play it and let others play it.
Here's the next pitch, and that one is cut on and missed. Seth Smith with the count. 1-1 strike.
Seemed like we threw that fastball a little upset there. A little extra on it.
Here's his next delivery, and it's skied in the air into center field. Borges is retreating. He's camping under, and on the warning track, he'll make the grab, and the inning is over. That one was hit the center 400 feet or so from home plate for just a long out. In the inning, A's get 3. They did it with one swing of the bat, the homer by Reddick. They had 2 hits in the inning, a walk, no errors, and nobody left. So after 1, we're tied at 3 on the Angels Baseball Network and Fox Sports West. second inning, and the first batter up for the Angels, Cole Calhoun. First ball swinging, just ripped one on the first base side, but Brandon Moss made a nice catch on that liner as he went ranging to his right away from the bag. So one pitch, one quick out, and the batter will be the 9-hole hitter, Luis Rodriguez.
You can tell the hitters are seeing the ball well against both pitchers.
Yep, solid contact here in the early going. Here's Rodriguez, his first time up. He showed signs of bunting, takes the pitch for a called strike. He's had a good spring, 9 for 25. He's driven in 5 runs. Played in AAA last year, hit .296. Veteran player, he's 32 years old, a switch hitter. Here's the next delivery, and that's low and outside. Mike Trout waiting on deck. A lot of Angel fans have come from the Southland here to the Valley for this weekend, and we certainly have seen the crowds pick up. The Angels had back-to-back home games yesterday and on Thursday, and those two crowds drew a little bit shy of 19,000 fans, and they have a big crowd here today at Phoenix Municipal Stadium, and a lot of the fans that are here are Angel fans.
We look from left.
There's one bounce foul on the third base side.
Left side of home plate all the way out to that line. It's pretty much a sea of red.
Two balls, 2 strikes to count on Rodriguez. 3-3 the score. We're in the second inning. Angels sent 7 to the plate in the top of the first. A's sent 6 to the plate in the bottom of the first. Blackley is ready, and his next pitch tried to pick away at the inside part of the plate and missed. So it's a full count, 3-2. A year ago, Blackley was a starter and reliever. 28 games, 15 starts, 13 in relief. And he made a lot of those starts as a member of the A's. The pitch chopped on the left side. It's stopped by the third baseman Sogart, and he will throw out Rodriguez for out number 2.
If you're on defense today, just be on the alert, man. The ball's going to be put in play. You just don't know how hard that ball's going to be coming at you.
So Mike Trout, the batter. Trout's already been on base. He's already scored a run. And he's done it without a hit. Walked his first time up. Blackley's pitch on Trout. He lines one foul down the left side. It's back to the seats. He jumped on that pitch. He was ready for that one and hit it hard to foul.
That's the one thing about Mike Trout. He'll get sometimes into that pattern. He'll see a lot of pitches. First at bat, second at bat, and he's never shy of saying, if I get something good to hit early next at bat, I'm going to strike it. Very unpredictable at times. He'll do the same thing and switch around things in the first inning.
Here's the next pitch on him, and that one pitch he misses, so the count goes to 0-2. Trout is playing in his 12th game here in the Cactus League, and already he's scored 12 runs. And boy, if there's a category that Mike Scioscia loves as far as his position players, it's runs scored, and no one did it better than Trout in the AL last year. Here's the pitch. That's on fastball, and he takes it for a called third strike. He thought it was a little bit high and maybe outside. The inning is over as Bruce Breckman brings up Trout. In the inning, no runs, hits, or errors, nobody left. We're headed to the bottom of the second. Tied at 3 on the Angels Baseball Network and Fox Sports West. Angels Kids Club presented by Farrell's Ice Cream Parlors and Restaurants. They're now accepting members for the upcoming 2013 season. Now, members receive an exclusive Mike Trout jersey, 2 ticket vouchers, a fast pass to Kids Run the Bases, and more. To sign up, visit angels.com/Junior Angels or visit any of the Southern California Farrell's locations. Should mention today is Jose's birthday. And Jose, if we were back in Southern California, I'd take you to Farrell's for a nice birthday Sunday. How would that sound?
Oh, it sounds great right now, so I'll hold you to it. Thanks, Terry.
Happy birthday, Jose.
Thank you very much.
There's a pitch that is in there for a called strike. At the plate is Eric Sogard. He's playing third base for them. And the pitch. He rips that one into right field. It is a fair ball. Cutting it off toward the line is Calhoun. Headed for second and diving head first safely with a leadoff double is Sogard.
Swing the bats. I mean, pitcher throwing strikes, and most of those strikes they're seeing are very hittable. Certainly up around the waist and above. There's been a lot of balls hit hard here today.
So Weaver against the first 7 has allowed 3 hits, and they've all been extra base hits. Here is Luke Muntz. He's a catcher. He played in AAA last year. He's yet to get a hit for the A's so far this spring. He's 0 for 13, although he has driven in a run. And he takes the first pitch for a ball. It's 1 ball, no strikes. He was a AAA catcher last year. He wasn't in the A's organization, but he did club 29 home runs last year. And he had over 20 the year before. Pickoff toss to second, and just getting back safely is Sogard.
You work on it so much in spring training, you might as well start incorporating them now, especially when your pitcher needs a little help out there. Good job by the veteran Harris.
Jarrett is ready. He's behind 1 ball, no strikes. Next delivery, and that one is cut on and missed. Fooled him right there.
2 best breaking balls he's thrown so far. Cespedes, the ground out to the third baseman back in the first inning, and this one right here was another beauty. Similar pitch going down to the zone.
Good late movement on that breaking ball. Andy Perino, their shortstop today. 9-hole hitter. He waits on deck. Next pitch, foul back to the screen. So it's 1 ball, 2 strikes.
There's only 2 right-handed batters in the lineup for the A's today. Weaver, usually much more effective against lefties. They only hit 199 against them last week. Right-handers hit 235. Of course, the neutralizer against lefties, the curveball, and the changeup.
Jared Way in front, a ball and 2 strikes. Looks at second, delivers to the plate, and it's a high drive. It's hit well into left field. Going back on that one is Trout, and that ball is gone. Well, Luke Muntz, who has power. I mentioned the 29 homers last year in AAA. Hadn't had a hit all spring. Hits that one out of the ballpark, and the A's are up 5-3.
Terry, you want to hit? Grab it back as the ball is taken off of every single barrel we've seen here today. Another pitch up around the waist. And when you start seeing a lot of that and you're hitting deeper in the lineup, you start anticipating more pitches to hit, and that's what happens. You're even more ready to strike.
So here's Perino. He's a switch hitter. He bats left-handed. Takes the first pitch for a ball. It's 1 ball, no strikes.
The other thing with the A's is you just never know. They find some guys that sometimes you don't know where they came from, and they come out to the big leagues and lend a hand and do a tremendous job before you know it.
Yeah. There's the next delivery, and Perino fouls that one off his foot.
And that group does as good a job as anybody in the game with their professional scouting. And over the years, they've had such a turnaround of even 6-year free agents that become prominent players for them. And back to the Billy Taylors and Geronimo Barroa, Matt Stayers, all these guys who are given opportunities with the A's.
1-1 pitch. Perino took a big cut at that one and misses it. So he's in the hole 1-2. He came over from the Padres during the offseason. spent some time with San Diego last year, 55 games. Hit over 320 last year in AAA.
Yeah, we saw Perino against the Angels in the interleague last night in San Diego.
And there's the pitch that's low and inside. So it's 2-2. Jared Weaver had given up only 1 run in his first 2 starts this spring, but he's given up 5 runs already today, and he's yet to get through the batting order for Oakland. They've hit him hard. The 2-2 pitch, low and in. Full count, 3-2.
You see Weaver's body language right now is getting a little frustrated. It could be mechanical. It could be as simple as guys not fouling off any pitches and just squaring everything. There are days when you throw a lot of pitches that are hittable, and yes, guys foul them off.
Here's the 3-2 payoff pitch. It's grounded on the right side, fielded by the first baseman. The throw by Jimenez was not good, although I don't know that Weaver would ever have beaten the runner to first base, so probably give him a hit on that one, and that'll be the scoring on it.
You know what happened on that play? I think Weaver was convinced it was going to be a 4-3 play because he got there late because of where this ball was hit. I mean, Jimenez does not have a lot of experience at first base, and he went way to his right. And I think that's really what got Weaver thinking it's going to be an easy 4-3. I'm not going to be involved in this play.
So it'll be an infield hit. Coco Crisp will be the batter. Now we see Mike Butcher going out to have a word with Jared Weaver to kind of talk things over with him. And while they meet out at the mound, we want to remind you can subscribe to MLB.TV Premium today and watch over 150 select spring training games live, plus every regular season game live or on demand on over 250 mobile and connected devices. Just visit Angels.com for details.
Well, Mike Butcher has a few things, of course, to first of all is to talk to Weaver and see where he's at. You know, that play, once again, Terry, the inexperience tells you how far you can go to your right, but you're going to be aggressive and make plays, but certainly Jimenez, as he gets more exposed to first base at this level, will get a better sense that he's also going to have better athletes playing next to him.
Luis Jimenez, a third baseman by trade, playing a little bit of first base here in the Angels camp.
Mike Scioscia said it this morning. He's earned a chance to get a longer look. Now let's take a look at him at first base. You know, not forgetting that Bill Hall was getting a look at first base before he went down.
Right. First pitch, a ball. It's 1 ball, no strikes on Coco Crisp. Weaver's pitch. And that one freezes him. It's in there for a called strike.
Don't get fooled by these A's. I mean, the way they won the division. We can talk about pitching all we want. These guys slugged the baseball last year. It was amazing. From Moss to Chris Carter to Reddick to Cespedes. I mean, it was one after the other.
Here's the next pitch. And that one misses outside, so Jared falls behind. 2 balls, 1 strike.
And yes, as you were mentioning earlier, Chili Davis, former Angels, played a huge role in that, and getting guys ready to hit. With his experience as a switch hitter, he is more than an asset to these young hitters. But he had them ready to hit in counts, what to look for, and to keep believing in driving the ball.
There goes the runner. The pitch is high. The throw by Conger. It's offline. And that'll be an easy stolen base for Perino. Got a good jump on Jared there. I think Conger didn't have much of a shot to get him.
Anytime you see a shortstop coming across in that direction, that tells you that there's an issue with the ball and the way it was released.
Weaver is ready. 3 balls, 1 strike to count. Next delivery, and he walks him. That was nowhere close. Second time that Crisp has walked. Well, the Angels were hoping to get somewhere in the neighborhood of 75 pitches or so from Jared Weaver, maybe as many as 6 innings today. But he is laboring right now. There's some stirring in the Angel bullpen, although no one is warming up at the moment.
At some point you have to decide. I mean, stretch him out just to stretch him out, or at some point make sure you can at least make him as productive as possible and not just leave him out there for the heck of it. That's why a lot of managers actually elect to throw guys in the minor leagues around this time. They can control that a little bit better.
The pitch that's in there on Jed Lowry for a strike. He was taken. He's had a double in this ball game. 7 of the 10 batters that Weaver has faced so far in the game have gotten on base safely. Still no outs in this inning. The pitch, and that one is popped up foul back behind the plate. And now it looks like someone will begin to warm up in the Angels' pen. Looks like Ben Fritz, a right-hander, is going to loosen up. He's in from minor league camp today. Here's the next pitch. Weaver is way high and outside with that one. And Jared is struggling out there. He's laboring out on the hill.
He's closing in already on 40 pitches. Well, that's in 1+ inning.
Here's the next pitch, and that one is outside. 2-2 is the count on Lowry. Infield's had double play depth. Lowry has some power. He had 16 home runs last year with the Houston Astros, and that was even with some injury issues last year. The pitch, he grounds this one on the right side. Second base for 1, and no relay to first. It'll be a 4-6 fielder's choice. Harris decided to hold on to the baseball, not throw to first base. So Crisp is out at second. They have runners at the corners with 1 away, and Josh Reddick, who's already hit a 3-run homer, will be the next batter.
Coco goes in hard. He goes to the outside part of the bag where he was anticipating the shortstop to be receiving the baseball. He can slide to any side of the bag as long as you have a chance to reach and touch the bag. It's all fair.
Here's the first one on Reddick. He takes it for a called strike. Aspo, the third baseman, had come in. Now he's playing pretty much across in the bag over at third. And Weaver bluffing a toss to third base, and that's going to be a balk. You can't do that anymore. And Jared knew it. And he will allow that runner to come in to score. So Weaver a little bit out of sync right now.
Yes, he was. This is a move that you cannot do anymore. You can go to third base, but you have to throw the ball.
Right. He held on to the ball. Also advancing up to second, Lowry on that balk against Weaver. So it's a 6-3 Oakland lead. Jared's pitch, bounce back to him. He has the runner caught off of second base. Weaver shovels the ball to second. They're running the runner over towards third, and now a throw to second. That is going to be late. The Angels do get the out on the other base runner, though, Lowry, who was caught in that rundown. But as things turn out, Reddick on that comebacker ends up getting to second base. So Lowry did a good enough job avoiding the inevitable to allow Reddick to get into scoring position.
It's a good base running play there by the A's. Once again, a good fielding play by Weaver in closing the gap. But great communication there between the A's, the runners telling one another to keep going. Just draw one more throw. That's all it takes for you to take the extra base. Well done.
So the batter now is Cespedes. 6-3 Oakland We're in the bottom of the second inning. Angels had a 3-0 lead in this game. There's a pitch in there for a called strike. A's have had back-to-back 3-run innings to start this game off against the Angels ace Jared Weaver. Here's the next one on Cespedes. It's a breaking pitch low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Cespedes was outstanding last season, hitting with runners in scoring position. He batted .345 last year. And he has a runner at second here. Here's the pitch, and he tips that one foul right by the plate. Let's pause for station identification on the Angels Baseball Network and Fox Sports West. Terry Smith, Jose Mota. Our producer-engineer is Darren Chan. Victor Rojas will be along next inning for more play-by-play action. Here's the next delivery, and that ball is drilled into left field. Trout is going back, and that ball is gone. Cespedes has hit the second home run in the inning and third in the game against Jared Weaver. It's now 8-3 Oakland. Not Weaver's day today.
It was just a sample of what Oakland was able to do. After really turning it on around the month of May and early June, just slugging their way into victories. Cespedes is a big part of that, and he was a big part of also when he played. The A's won a large majority of their games.
And the next batter up is Brandon Moss, and he will hit a lazy fly ball to left center. Capping under, making the grab on it will be Peter Borges, and that will end the inning. But in the inning, the A's send up 8 batters to the plate. They score 5 times in the inning, and they now have an 8-3 lead. That's the score as we go to the third on the Angels Baseball Network and Fox Sports West.
Game flex plan presented by Farmer John is a great way to see Angels baseball. Select the 20 games you want to see and receive a ticket to Fan Appreciation Day for free. Buy your flex plan today by logging on at angels.com/mini-plans by calling 888-796-HALO. As Peter Borges leads things off here in the top of the third inning. It's all Oakland this far. 8-3. Jared Weaver's had a very, very rough afternoon as Borges fouls this one off. And it's an 0-2 count. It'll be Borges, Pujols, and Callaspo here against the left-hander Travis Blackley, who he himself had some issues in the first inning, allowing 3 runs.
After 30 pitches, he only made 9 in the second. You can see the difference was location, keeping the ball down and changing speeds more effectively. No mystery whatsoever.
Borges with an infield base hit. His first time up, swings and misses on the off-speed pitch. And he goes down swinging for the first out here to third. Second strikeout for Travis Blackley. With a breaking pitch down in the dirt. That'll bring up Albert Pujols.
It seemed like he found it quickly, Victor, because he just did not have a feel for it or the touch or the spin in that first inning.
Yeah, and, you know, it kind of looked that way for Jared in the bullpen before the game. Just didn't look content. And, you know, as Mike Scioscia said yesterday, we are just about that time in spring, the dead arm period.
Yep.
As Albert looks at a fastball that's called strike on the outside corner. It's 0-1.
Spring training or not, man, we've had the body language of this regular season game not pleased at all.
No.
As he shouldn't be. Everything was too many pitches up above the waist.
3 home runs allowed by Jared Weaver this afternoon as Pujols chases the high fastball. An 0-2 count. There's action in the Angels bullpen, so perhaps that would have been Jared's last inning. When you say 3 home runs allowed by Jared Weaver, that's saying something, because it hasn't happened a whole lot in his career. 6 times, that's it, where he's allowed 3 or more home runs in a regular season game.
I'd like to know how many times did it happen in Arlington. I think one time it happened in Seattle.
I'll be more than happy to tell you, big guy. In Seattle, at New York, those 2 games he allowed 4 home runs.
Yep, I remember that.
At Oakland, at Texas, at Toronto, at New York. 3 home runs.
The amazing one is at Seattle.
There's the 1-2. Pujols takes that pitch down low. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Blackley really did a good job minimizing even more damage in the first inning, because he did a good job against Albert. Pounding a fastball, not allowing Albert to get the barrel out. Popping him up.
Blackley is ready, works from the stretch. 2-2 is just off the plate. Full count now. 1 walk and 2 strikeouts for Blackley on this sun-drenched afternoon at Phoenix Municipal Stadium. Great crowd, a sea of red in this ballpark. And when that top of the first unfolded, it was certainly a pro-Angels crowd, no question. But then the A's fans woke up in the bottom of the first. Blackley kicks. Here's a 3-2, and Pujols goes down swinging. Foul tipped it into the mitt of the catcher Montz, and there are 2 outs. That's 3 consecutive strikeouts for Blackley.
As long as he found that release point with a fastball, everything pretty much came from there. Now he's doing different things with the fastball, not just throwing the 4-seamer and elevating it, which he's done at will. And he's had some guys chase him, and now the 2-seamer doing a good job running away, too.
That's a nice story for Travis Blackley, considering where he was even at the beginning of last year. He ended up signing with the Oakland A's. That pitch catches the outside corner to Teoscar. It's 0-1.
One of those guys that have to go through the depth, through the grind of getting and keeping that uniform on and believing, Victor. That's a big thing, believing it.
That one caught the outside corner. It's an 0-2 count on Teoscar. Alberto had a 2 RBI double in the first inning and also came around to score. Blackley got 5 innings of work in with the San Francisco Giants last year. Is that a full share? As Teoscar loops one down the left field line. That's going to get down for a base hit. Cespedes is there, cuts it off. Teoscar better slam on the brakes with that arm in left field. And a two-out knock for Alberto Teoscar. Multi-hit game. That'll bring up Hank Conger.
Well, not a full share, but he'll get a ring.
You did something.
Good for him.
Yeah. So Teoscar first. Here's Conger. To start behind the plate once again. Batting in that 5th spot. 1 for 1. He had a base hit the left field his first time up. Short lead for Teoscar at first, but Blackley will check in on him.
That's the best thing he can do. Blackley has an outstanding move, and he almost caught Mike Trout leading in that first inning after he walked.
Outfield straight around for the Athletics. Conger fouls off the first offering. Good fastball into the knees. It's an 0-1 count on Conger. He's had a nice spring with the bat. There's a stolen base against him in the second inning.
Yeah, continues to also put a lot of extra work with his throwing. The arm is not the issue, it's the feet. And that has followed him pretty much throughout his career.
Fastball is cut on and missed. 0-2 count on Conger.
He's shown the ability to hit in the minor leagues. And certainly having a good spring. He's had good springs before here with the big league team, too, with the bat. The Victor, number one is, of course, receiving, throwing, and communication with that pitcher under Mike Scioscia's eyes.
8-3 Oakland, top of the third, 2 outs, and the Angels with a man at first base. Conger bounces it foul to the third base dugout. The Angels occupying that third base dugout. The A's on the first. There's Dino.
There's some booze for Dino. What's the deal?
Because he took the ball, put it in his pocket. Now he just gives it away. He was busy. He's got to give the signs. Now, if there was nobody on base, he gladly would have picked out a fan and tossed him the ball. But he's got to get the signs from Mike and then relay him over to Carrasco. 0-2 count with 2 outs. Blackley's pitch. Breaking ball tapped up the third base line. It's going to be a tough play for Sogard, and he has no play. An infield base hit. Conger fooled on the breaking pitch, just rolled over it from the right side. And not much Sogard could do, especially with 2 strikes playing back.
It's one of these games where on the defensive side, you have to do everything possible. Anticipating the ball hit to you, because those outs are, hard to come by right now when the guy on the mound keeps making good pitches like this one that end up being base hits, or make bad pitches that are getting hit so hard from both sides.
So the Halos have runners at first and second with 2 outs. Blackley striking out. Borges and Pujols to start this frame. And Luis Jimenez. A sac fly in the first inning. He steps up, getting the start today at first base, and he swings and shoots one toward the alley in right center field. Coco Crisp got a terrific jump on it, moving to his left, tracks it down. The inning comes to an end. We'll head to the bottom of the third here at Phoenix Community. It's 8-3 Athletics on the Angels Baseball Network and Fox Sports West. Eight 8-3, Oakland leading the Angels here in the bottom of the third. Victor Rojas along with Jose Mota. Glad you could join us. Listening to us on AM 830 or watching us on Fox Sports West. Glad you could tune in on this beautiful Saturday afternoon from Phoenix, Arizona. This used to be the former home of the Phoenix Firebirds at one time. Longtime affiliate of the San Francisco Giants. You see Ben Fritz, by the way, is just taken over on the mound for Jared Weaver. So Weaver last 2 innings and gives up 8 runs on 6 hits, 3 home runs. And obviously not a very good outing whatsoever for Jared. But Ben, an interesting story in that he has not pitched since 2010. And when he did pitch, the last time he pitched, last 2 seasons, 10 and 09, there had been in the Atlantic League. This is a former first-round selection by the Oakland Athletics. 30th round pick, or 30th pick overall, I should say, in 2002. Out of Fresno State University.
And look where he finds himself right now with the Angels uniform.
He's facing Seth Smith, the DH. He takes down low for ball 1.
Well, certainly Weaver will have a lot to think about, or maybe not a whole lot. It's very simple, just was not able to keep the ball down.
Smith bounces it foul up the first base line, and the count is even at 1 ball, 1 strike. It'll be Smith, Sogard, and Montz to face Ben Fritz.
A good thing for a guy like Ben Fritz, Victor. He has a chance here to go out there and get stretched out. He was pretty much written on the board today as a backup guy. Now he finds himself trying to make an impression here with the Angels staff.
31 years of age. Behind the count at 2-1 now. Smith hit a fly ball to center field that ended the first inning, so he's 0 for 1. Last organization that Fritz had played for was the Tigers organization. This one's grounded over to first. Jimenez waves off Fritz. Smith is retired for the first out. That was in 2007 as he pitched at Double-A Erie. A starter throughout his minor league career. His high watermark in Triple-A. And that was in 2006 at Sacramento, in which he went 6-6 with a 5.83 earned run average.
Good size guy.
Yeah.
Watching Hank Conger warm up, I see Conger giving a couple of different signs, and also with the glove, you can see that he does different things with his fastball.
Kevin Jepson looking out there, right? Body-wise, the first one is a strike on Eric Sogard, the third baseman.
There you go, just get over it. Now that you mentioned Kevin Jepson, he has been suffering from a little tightness in his right elbow. That's why we haven't seen Kevin Jepson pitch lately for the Angels.
Off-speed pitch is a called strike. And it is 0-2 on Eric Sogard, who doubled leading off the second inning and eventually scored on the Montz home run.
So Jepson tightness forearm, elbow area. That's what we were told.
Nothing serious is what we were told as well.
Just a couple of days said that.
0-2 is popped up on the infield right side. Jimenez coming on. And it's the first baseman taking charge, makes the catch on the grass, and there are 2 outs. So Fritz has come in and cooled off this Oakland A's offense. Took advantage of a very, very shaky Jared Weaver. Obviously very disappointed Jared Weaver as well.
Yeah, Victor, and 2 guys that really hit the ball very hard against Weaver. Smith flew out to deep center field, just missed a home run to close out the first inning, and then Sogard hit that double to right field.
Here's Luke Montz, the catcher. Hit a 2-run home run in the second inning. He'll look at a fastball for a strike. Montz had come into the game 0 for 13 this spring, so that home run was his first. So just take a look at Evan Scribner is now warming up in the bullpen for Oakland. Scribner was up and loosening when Blackley was out on the mound last half inning, as that pitch was a fastball, and this is up and away to the right-hand hitting catcher Montz.
Oh, Montz wasted no time in showing all of us why he had close to 30 home runs last year. He would have shot way out of here quickly.
Gets jammed, fouls this one back over the screen and into the seats. The count remains at 1 ball, 2 strikes. Montz, a Louisiana native. An Expos draft pick of 2003. 17th round.
Always love to hear that name come back.
The Expos?
Oh, yeah.
Or Lou Montz.
Expos.
Swing and a miss on the breaking pitch, and Ben Fritz, nice job. A 1-2-3 third, 3 complete here at Phoenix Municipal. It's 8-3 A's on the Angels Baseball Network and Fox Sports West. Now the fourth, A's on top 8-3. Jared Weaver getting his work in the bullpen. Trying to get the rest of his work in, and as far as the pitch count and getting that arm where it needs to be.
Yeah, today was supposed to be that day where he goes around 75 pitches. But obviously he only won 50, so those pitches need to be made somehow. And you see this a lot happen, Victor, in Japan, where guys, not in spring training necessarily, but even in the regular season, guys will have short starts. And before you know it, they're down in the tunnel throwing, or they head out to the bullpen somewhere to get more throws made and keep the arm in shape.
And probably a good thing that he kind of decompressed a little bit in the dugout before going out there and just kind of refocusing and let this kind of put it behind you. Even though it's spring training, guys, especially outings such as this, they'll lead at you.
Yeah, we find out. Don't tell Weaver spring training, and don't tell Sean Burnett it's only spring training.
Yeah, no kidding.
He was real upset last year with
Brendan
last
Harris.
time out.
Sorry, Jose. Brendan Harris will lead things off for the Angels here in the fourth inning, facing a new pitcher. It's Evan Scribner, Connecticut native. Delivers a fastball upstairs, and it's 1 ball, no strikes. Bottom third of the order for the Halos. Harris, Calhoun, and Rodriguez to face Scribner. Blackley, by the way, went 3 innings and finished strong. Gave up 3 runs in the first inning on 3 hits. And then picked up 3 strikeouts over the last 2 frames. So he settled down with his location. Brendan Harris 0 for 1. He grounded out to third. Right-handed batter loops one in the air toward the alley in right center field. Coco Crisp giving chase to his left, and he'll track it down about 5 steps shy of the warning track for the first out here in the fourth.
Can't say enough about the Oakland A's and how well-rounded they became as a ball club. I mean, the hitting, the pitching, of course, but that defense, you know, they ended up switching to Crisp in center, Cespedes in left. And Cespedes originally was the center fielder, but Reddick and Reitman winning a Gold Glove. They do cover a lot of ground. They do a fine job in positioning all throughout.
And correct me if I'm wrong, as Cole Calhoun will step up with 1 out, nobody on. A year ago, right here at Phoenix Municipal Stadium, if I recall, when they signed Cespedes, the plan was for him to be the center fielder.
Yes,
that was the plan. And this was after Coco Crisp had signed, and that irked and perhaps chapped Coco a little bit, but things worked itself out as this was lifted down the left field line. Cespedes comes charging in into foul territory and makes the catch for the second out. But things worked out, and Cespedes ended up in left field. Coco Crisp in center field. And you know, you've got 2 corner outfielders with the Oakland A's with incredible arms, and Cespedes in left, Reddick in right. And Reddick, the accuracy in which he's able to throw that rocket is just insane. And we saw that firsthand many times last year.
And you saw how Dino Ebel challenged him today and made him make an errant throw, but that's not going to happen very often. You know, Dino picked a good spot there with a lead to send that runner from third on tag.
There's Luis Rodriguez, who got the start at second base for the Angels today. Takes the fastball downstairs.
But yes, you're right. I mean, Coco ended up saying here in camp, had I known that,
right,
I would have signed somewhere else.
And I want to say,
and it was Tampa Bay, I believe.
Was it Tampa or Baltimore? I knew it was an East team.
Yeah.
That had an interest in him.
In the long run, you knew it was going to happen. He's too good of a center fielder. Cespedes was an unproven commodity. As good athlete as he was, he didn't play 150 games, 160 games in Cuba.
That's a strike, a fastball from Scribner. 2 balls and 1 strike. But it all worked out, there's no question. Chris, a catalyst near the top of the order, at the top of the order for Oakland. This one lined into center field, and Rodriguez picks himself up a base hit. A 2-out knock for Rodriguez. Spins the lineup back to the top with Mike Trout coming up.
Luis Rodriguez, one of those guys, along with Brendan Harris, who continues to get an extended look from Mike Scioscia. And Mike saying this morning the next 10 days are going to be crucial for some of these guys.
Jeff and Debbie Trout, Mike's parents, in attendance. Mike today drew a walk and scored in the first inning, struck out looking in the second. Here's the first one, and that's going to be a balk as Scribner stumbled. The left leg was coming down. It looked like the heel may have hit the dirt. He stumbled, did not deliver the pitch, but that is a balk, and that puts Rodriguez at second base.
Second balk today. This one on a cleat getting caught. The other one on Weaver, forgetting about the new rule. And you and I had talked about the new rule recently.
Right.
First to third.
Well, at least we're informed about the balk rule.
There was a meeting with everybody. Starting last year, in fact. Last spring training coming around, guys heard about it.
No count on Trout. The first pitch, fastball. On the inside corner, strike. Scribner did a nice job for Oakland last year, working out of the bullpen for them, as many of their guys coming out of the bullpen did. But the 2-0 record, a 2.55 ERA, 30 games out of the bullpen, 35 in the third innings. As Trout reaches for the breaking pitch and lines one to left center field. That will bring home a run. Cespedes cuts it off. Rodriguez scores. It is 8-4 Oakland as Trout picks up his 4th RBI of the spring.
That'll make their parents proud, and it never gets old with your child. Only 21 years old. What a great piece of hitting. Mike Trout, once again, he went out there, saw the fastball up around the zone, looked for the breaking ball, and got it.
Still 2 outs. Trout over at first. Here's Borges. Center fielder had an infield base hit and a strikeout so far this afternoon. Takes a fastball down and away.
Interesting that Scribner, Victor, had Trout flinching over there first base. Obviously somebody he's not very familiar with. Almost had him going back to first.
1-0 pitch is fouled off the hand and then the mask of Luke Montz, the catcher. The ball ricocheted sharply toward the on-deck circle on the first base side. Count even up at a ball and a strike. Slight little breeze, but still temperatures hovering around 90 today. Spin move to first. And Trout diving back in is in there safely.
We were talking about the Firebirds. Played many games here myself in the PCL in the summer. And they have these misters in the stands. And there's a cloud that forms here at night.
Trout takes off. The pitch is a strike to throw down to second. Not in time. A stolen base for Mike. Well, Trout had a pretty good jump.
He flinched the first time, and second time around he has seen enough already, especially when he saw the high leg kick. And said, why not? Let's take a chance and go.
8-4. Oakland leads it. Top of the 4th. 2 outs. Trout standing at second base, and Borges with a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Peter with 9 runs batted in on the spring. A couple of home runs. 3 triples. Now time is called. Montz, the catcher, is going to go out and talk things over with Scribner. You played here. There was the freeway was built, though. The 101 freeway was built.
Yep.
Back in 1990. Rookie ball. No freeways.
None.
Out here. None.
Where were you?
The big one, the 10 freeway.
You were Mesa.
Mesa.
With the Gene Autry Park?
Yeah. Good old Mesa. The pitch to Borges, chopped on the ground toward third. Sogard picks it in foul territory. And it's a foul ball, so Borges will head back to the plate and Trout back to second.
I'll tell you, we used to come here, and it would be so humid. Yes, it's the desert. It's July and August because of the misters in the ballpark.
Yep.
I'm telling you, there's like a fog just covering the ballpark itself. And the ball just carry and carry and carry. And additionally, of course, 4-hour games. There's so much offense.
Fastball is down low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. I want to say that they set a record that summer, by the way, as far as the hottest days, or one of the hottest days. I think it was 124 degrees. They shut down the airport.
I remember the planes couldn't take off.
Yeah.
You're right. Yep.
Yeah, that was summer ball.
We were told, that's right.
Yeah.
In fact, some teams were stranded here in Phoenix because of that. Couldn't get out.
But it's a dry heat, they say.
Yeah. It's hot.
Your oven is dry. 2-2, swing and a miss. Borges swinging over the breaking pitch. He goes down to end the inning. The Angels do get a run. They trail it, however, 8-4. Hit to the bottom of the 4th on the Angels Baseball Network at Fox Sports West. Bottom of the fourth, Oakland is on top of the score of 8-4. Sean Burnett is the Angels' third pitcher of the afternoon as he takes over for Fritz, who did a nice job in one inning at a 1-2-3 frame, including a strikeout. Sean Burnett making his second appearance as an Angel in the spring. His first a couple of days ago did not go in his favor.
Nope, and he was the first one to point the finger back at himself and did not want to use the excuse of being hurt or his back or anything like that, or lack of action. And hopefully we'll see better command with his fastball. Everything's based on that fastball for him.
Sean signing a 2-year deal in the offseason with the Halos. Will face 9-1-2 for Oakland. Perino, Crisp, and Lowry. And the first one is an off-speed pitch down low, and it's 1 ball, no strikes.
Burnett's first outing, he only went a third of an inning, allowing 4 hits, 2 earned runs.
He's got himself a new left fielder. Mike Trout no longer in the game. It's J.B. Shuck taking over in left field. This one inside out and into right field. A sinking liner that falls just in front of Cole Calhoun. So Andy Perino with a multi-hit game and a single. A stolen base and a run scored in the second. Leadoff man on board for Oakland, and Covelli Crisp will step to the plate.
LA native.
Coco spins around, a hit from the right side with the left-hander Burnett on the mound. He's drawn 2 walks, both against Weaver. He scored a run. Sean Burnett last year pitching in 70 games. He's a member of the Washington Nationals at a 1-2 mark. 2.38 ERA. One-time starter in the minor league system. The Pittsburgh Pirates. First one to Crisp is down and away. Fastball. It's 1 ball, no strikes.
Obviously not as exaggerated as Jared Weaver, but he does throw across his body, which helps in his deception, especially the fastball movement. Really gets in on guys and tails away. But he lands for the first base side.
1-0 pitch. That one paints the outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. He's not a fan of that term situational, lefty.
He knows he's not. Becomes a mindset, Victor. You know very well. Those are guys that, sometimes you bring into a game. They get the out, and they start looking on the bullpen saying, wait a minute. We're looking at the dugout saying, thought it was done.
Isn't that the worst? Guys peeking in the dugout?
Of course.
Seriously?
Yeah. You
don't want to be out there? 2-1 pitch. On the outside corner again. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Oshana, a former first-round pick of the Pirates. 19th overall selection in 2000. Mentioned he's a Florida native. 30 years of age.
This guy's got a blue-collar attitude all the way around. Just gets after it, goes to work.
Swing and a miss by Crisp as he swings through the fastball, and there's a strikeout. First down here in the 4th. Good life on that fastball.
Oh, had a little giddy up, and then at the very end, that ball tailing and sinking a little bit under Coco. Talking to Sean Burnett, Victor, earlier in camp, I said, well, you got to play with Bryce Harper. This year, he goes, you don't even have to complete the question. I'm looking forward to playing with Mike Trout. He goes, and it took us veteran players a while to get used to how good this kid was at 19 years old. Talking about Harper. But he goes, on the other hand, yes, we were all watching what the other youngster was doing at 20 years old over in Anaheim.
Did you ask for the lowdown? It's 1 ball, no strikes, by the way, on Jet Lowry. 8-4, Oakland.
The best lowdown I got is this guy plays hard every single day and plays every out like it's a World Series.
See, that's not the lowdown that I was looking for.
Well, what you're looking for, you're going to have to go ask him.
Yeah, I'm going to have to ask him if Harper was talking smack about Mike Trout.
See, I hadn't even heard that.
No, I'm not saying that he did. I'm curious. You know how clubhouses are. This one fouled off to the right. 1 ball, 1 strike. He probably wouldn't admit it if he was. All in good fun.
Of course. I'm sure at some point some team was going, look what Mike Trout did today. Can you do that today?
Oh, there's no doubt. One on the way. And Lowry takes that pitch just down and away. 2 balls and a strike. Lowry's a switch hitter. And by trade, as we remember him coming up at the Boston Red Sox, a shortstop and playing second base today. Doubled and scored in the first inning and reached on the fielder's choice in the second. Acquired this offseason from the Houston Astros. He's going to play every day. This one grounded toward short, should be 2. Harris picks it up, flips to Rodriguez for 1. The relay to first in time. Inning-ending double play induced by Sean Burnett. We've played 4 here at Phoenix Muni. It's 8-4 Oakland. On the Angels Baseball Network and Fox Sports Plus. Top of the 5th inning, it's 8-4. Oakland leading the Angels, and Mike Butcher and Sean Burnett along with Hank Conger talk things over. A much better, much improved outing. Second time around for Burnett. Have a strikeout and then getting that double play ball against the right-hand hitting.
Yeah, this is sorry, Victor. This is introduction, getting to know each other. Conger, all Burnett likes to work. What worked that inning, and also Mike Butcher listening to Burnett on some things that he's also learning from his new reliever.
Well, here in the 5th, it'll be Pujols, Callaspo, and Conger to face Evan Scribner. His second inning of work as he bounces a fastball out in front of the plate. 1 ball, no strikes. Albert, the DH, popped out in the first inning, struck out in the third. One-0 pitch, fastball, just missed below the knees. And it's 2 balls and no strikes. Scribner in his second inning of work. Travis Blackley got the start for Oakland with 3. 2-0. Albert pops it up. Behind the plate, Montz takes off the mask and the helmet. Is under it, makes the catch just shy of the track there. There's the first out here in the 5th, so Albert is 0 for 3.
The A's have done a good job pitching against Albert from the very first inning. And Blackley a couple of times, and not getting that bat through the zone and keeping it in the zone long. Credit to the pitchers, making some very good pitches with some late movement.
Callaspo comes to the plate. Cleanup man this afternoon with 1 out of the 5th. Oakland leading at 8-4. Batting from the left side, takes down low. 1 ball, no strikes in Alberta. At home 2 runs with a double in the first inning, singled into third. Alberto with a slow start to the spring. This one's bounced out in front of the plate once again. 2 balls and no strikes.
Well, we're not going to see Alberto hit 4th this year I don't think. But through the years, Victor, no surprise, Mike Scioscia has used a Meister Sturis batting third. Orlando Palmeiro has batted third in Mike Scioscia's lineup. A lot of times, of course, out of need, not out of design.
Yeah, I mean, that's based on your roster.
But he's not afraid to do that.
Yeah. Another one bounced in the dirt. And it's 3 balls and a strike.
But I do recall sometimes in those dugout meetings when some of the reporters look at the lineup card going, why is he hitting third?
That's almost a reality show in and of itself. Put a camera right there by the lineup card. Teoscar rips one foul. It's a full count. As soon as the lineup goes up, especially one of those funky lineups, you just get the reaction of the guys standing there.
We all have an opinion.
What? Why?
For many years, I remember Mike Scioscia was asked by one of the reporters consistently, why don't you lead off Garrett Anderson?
3-2 pitch hit well to right field. Josh Reddick got turned around, reaches up, can't get it, goes over his head. One hopper off the fence. Teoscar trying to get to second. He is in there safely with a 1-out double. So Alberto with a couple of doubles in this one. That's his 4th of the spring. And a 3-hit game.
He's getting hot now. You see Teoscar doing a better job staying on the baseball the last 3 or 4 games. At times he gets a little bit long. His timing was a little off too. And this time a bad read, a tough read in these tough circumstances here with the sun. Over right field for Josh Reddick.
Caleb Coward takes over as the pinch runner for Teoscar, staying over at third base. And Conger will hit from the left side against the right-hander Scribner. Takes a fastball up and in. The fastball bending him back a little bit. 1 ball, no strikes on Hank. 2 for 2. A couple of singles. One 0 pitch. Slow breaking pitch. He misses down low. Montz looked completely fooled on it. Montz was anticipating a fastball, and Scribner went the breaking pitch. So they'll talk over the signs with the base runner at second.
There's so many combinations nowadays with a guy at second base. First sign after 2, first sign indicator, combination of signs. Remember one time, Victor, we had depending on the outs, it always added up to 3. So nobody out, third sign, 1 out, second sign, 2 outs, first sign. And let me tell you, there are some cross-ups, man, like you've never seen before. I ended up feeling worse for the umpires because it was like, we're crying out loud.
Well, sometimes that would involve math, Jose.
Yeah.
You know, catchers at times can struggle with the math.
Everything added 3. Just imagine.
2-1 pitch. Conger looks at a fastball for a strike on the inside corner, counting it up now at 2-2.
There was one time when Benji Molina was catching Ramon Ortiz here with the Angels back in 2002, and Ramon forgot the signs a lot. Finally, Benji goes up to the mound and says, you know what, minute, second, throw whatever you want.
Nice.
Throw whatever you want. I'll catch it.
A spin move to second. Nobody cutting in. Coward easily back. 1 out here in the 5th. 8 for 4. Oakland's on top. Teoscar with a 1-out double. Pinch run for. That's why Caleb Coward's leading off at second base. 2-2 on the way. Way upstairs. Off speed pitch. And a full count.
See the body going in one direction. You see the arm pointing up, and you see the ball spinning. And he's trying to overthrow that changeup.
Luis Jimenez is on deck. Here's the 3-2. Conger lifts one in the air to left. Cespedes giving chase, backpedaling a little bit. Now straightens up, makes the catch shy of the track. And that's the second out of the inning as Coward heads back to second. So 2 outs and a man in scoring position for Jimenez with the Angels down 8-4. A little road game for the Angels, although Angels fans have traveled well here to Phoenix Municipal Stadium.
And they love the short drive also. A lot of these fans were over watching the Angels prepare and take batting practice today. They just made the 5-10 minute drive.
And if you haven't been out to spring training yet, as Jimenez lines one into left field, a base hit. Cowart is going to be waved around. Cespedes with the bobble, so there's not going to be a play at the plate. Cowart will score, and it's an 8-5 Athletics lead as Jimenez picks up the base hit and the RBI.
3 RBIs in the last 3 games for Luis Jimenez. Does a good job looking for the off speed, looking for the breaking ball, able to stay down and track that ball well.
Jimenez hit .309 last year, AAA, 16 home runs and 85 runs batted in. In play for that reserve role, the Angels bench.
16 and 85. You're doing something right in driving guys in, not necessarily with a long ball or even with base hits.
So Jimenez on at first base, 2 outs. Here's Brendan Harris. Looks at a fastball down and away. 1 ball, no strikes. Harris 0 for 2. Ground ball to third and a fly ball to center. You know, as I was saying right before, Jimenez picked up that knock. If you have not been to spring training, if you didn't know this, on road games for the Angels hit at home. The gates are open at Tempe Diablo Stadium. You can go there about 10 o'clock in the morning, watch the guys stretch, take batting practice. Guys will sign autographs before the guys jump on the bus and head to wherever it is they're playing. Today being Phoenix Muni. And you're right, today, because we're kind of in that spring break area now and a weekend. Great crowd watching BP today.
The parking lot was packed.
This one lifted in the air toward left field. Backing up on it is Cespedes. Has a beat on it. Shy of the track now. A couple of steps to his left. Makes the catch. The inning comes to an end. The Halos pick up a run on that single by Jimenez. We hit to the bottom of the 5th. It is 8-5 Oakland on the Angels Baseball Network and Fox Sports West. The 5th inning, 8-5. Oakland is on top. Plenty of fans in attendance here at Phoenix Municipal Stadium. Packed house at Phoenix Muni. Big Kevin Johnson takes over on the mound for Sean Burnett, who had a nice 4th inning. Faced 3 batters after giving up the leadoff single. Got a strike on a double play ball. And it'll be Johnson coming on here in the 5th inning to take on Reddick, Cespedes, and Brandon Moss. Caleb Cowart stays in the game as he pinch ran for Cayaspo, and he is over at third base.
7th game already here for Johnson. He's got a 6.35 ERA in 5 2/3 innings. And he's allowed 4 earned runs, a couple of walks, 4 strikeouts. Opponent's hitting .320 against him.
Josh Reddick, the right fielder, steps to the plate. Left-handed batter, had a 3-run home run in the 1st inning. Reached on a fielder's choice and scored in the 2nd. 1 for 2. Reddick tired of waiting, so he backs out at the plate. You'll see that happen too often with the leadoff man to start an inning. Something's going on here. Mike Scioscia is coming out maybe to talk to Hank Conger.
Taking on Conger here. Looking at his left hand.
John Hester's down the bullpen, so figure that he'll come in. I would imagine even if Conger says he feels fine, might as well just take him out.
Well, fans, Friday night Music Garden concerts are back for another year of great performances. Every Friday night home game throughout the season, the Big A will host live pregame music from local bands in the Gate 1 Music Garden. For more information and to submit recordings, visit angels.com/band.
Hester is making his way in toward home plate, so Conger will indeed be removed. Looks like Hank is looking at that thumb area. Now, there are times, too, that when you face a sinker baller, you can sometimes turn your glove clockwise, which exposes your thumb, and that ball hits you, and you get a little stinger, and all of a sudden your thumb starts to bother you. But that's usually what you worry about with catchers at times. Some guys even catch with a thumb guard on inside their glove because of that.
It's a hard plastic protector. And whatever happened, it apparently happened during warm-ups.
Yeah, that's just pure speculation on our part.
Or who knows? Could have happened early in the game.
Yeah. John Hester is behind the plate. And Kevin Johnson's first pitch is down low for ball one. Here's the 1-0. And it takes the breaking pitch down and in. 2 balls and no strikes. Home run that Reddick hit off of Weaver in the first inning as he takes that pitch outside. It's 3 balls and no strikes. Reddick's second of the spring. Now with 9 runs batted in. Coming off a 32 home run season. This one bounced back up the middle, and that's a single in the center field. Reddick just put his head down, was running hard to first base, never picked up the baseball till after he got through the bag, so no turn at first. But he's on board with his second hit of the game, a leadoff single to start the 5th.
He's really convinced he was going to have to beat this one out. Never looked up. That ball goes through, and his first base coach said, "Oh, stop right there. Center field. You got a base hit, clean one." That's the way this guy plays, man. He's fun to watch. Regardless of who he plays for, he is fun to watch. It's all out all the time.
Here's Yoenis Cespedes. 1 for 2 with that 2-run home run. Home run for Cespedes, his first of the spring. We're looking at a fastball for a strike.
Hey, maybe DC can help us. Cespedes, no doubter. Second in against Weaver. But maybe DC can help us on the connection with the wrestler and Josh Reddick in the look right now, too.
Now, Reddick was starting to grow his beard. Was going into his Joaquin Phoenix phase, if you will. And then apparently there was a Twitter exchange and a challenge to see if Reddick can keep the beard and continue to grow it all season long.
It's getting out there, along with the hair, too.
Yeah, but Reddick had the long hair last year, and he grew the beard, too. Daniel Bryan of the WWE. Similar type beard. The amazing thing is, if you look in the A's media guide, there's a pitch out anticipating Reddick running, but he was not. And it's 1 ball, 1 strike here on Cespedes. Without the beard, clean shaven, Eric Sogard and Josh Reddick look like twin brothers.
Got to take a look at that.
Sogard, wears the glasses, but still, I mean, Reddick, for the most part, is kind of a baby face look to him, and not so much with the beard. One. Cespedes gets jammed, fouls it back and out of play, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Joanie Cespedes' mother, an outstanding softball player back in Cuba. She represented the national team many years, and she was key in teaching him the game of baseball.
The pitch just missed in off the plate. Evens the count at 2-2. Doesn't she still provide him batting tips?
She does. In fact, he admitted that recently. About last year. She was the one that could provide some of the tips, some of the things that he was doing wrong at the plate.
Reddick over at first base. A leadoff single to start to fifth. It is 8-5 Oakland.
He told me last year, too, he goes, nobody had a better curveball than my mother. I go, softball or baseball? He goes, both. He goes, I learned how to hit breaking balls because of my mom.
He is built like a brick house.
Oh, my goodness.
Johnson kicks, delivers a 2-2. Foul tipped and hung on to by Hester. And Cespedes goes down swinging for the first out.
A lot of times it doesn't take the best pitch when you're able to change the plane on the hitter. And we talk about the eye level, but this is not the best breaking ball at all. But you've been pitching down. A lot of times a little breaking ball up and around the zone, around the eyes will be your best friend.
The old cement mixer slider.
Just don't do it very often.
Yeah.
They'll catch up with you.
So one out. Here's Brandon Moss. Reddick standing at first. Moss, a left-handed batter, swings at the first one, rips one down the right field line. It's hooking and it is foul.
And Moss became a favorite of Dominican fans a couple of winters ago. Tony Pena, Yankees bench coach, now leading the Dominican squad in the World Baseball Classic. Rave reviews about Moss. So did Felix Fermin. Remember Felix? He managed him back there with Aguilas.
0-1 pitch. This one's lined over the glove of Jimenez, and that's a fair ball down the line and headed toward the corner. Heading over to third is Reddick. Mike Gallego, the third base coach, waves them in. No play at the plate. Moss ends up at third with an RBI triple. Oakland gets one of those runs back. They lead at 9-5.
Keeps his ball fair here. Sinker down and in. Just keeps those hands inside of it to allow that spin not to hook. Out of play. And the good hitting continues for the A's. Can't say enough about Chili Davis and how he has prepared this ball club as a hitting coach.
Angels will play their infield in with Seth Smith, the DH, at the plate. Outfield straight around. First one from Kevin Johnson is cued foul. And back over the head of Hester and back to the backstop. 0-1 count on Smith. 0 for 2 today. Fly ball to center and a ground ball to first. Johnson is ready. The right-hander kicks. Neal one. Fastball away. Pickoff attempted third. Coward is there, but Moss sniffed that one out. Count even at 1 ball, 1 strike.
It's a design play, and it all comes from the guy at the bench. Mike Scioscia loves to throw behind that runner at third base.
Here's the 1-1. Off speed. Back to the mound. Johnson's got it. Looks Moss back at third. Fires the first. 2 outs. Nice play by Kevin Johnson, helping himself out. Florida native.
It's all about the landing here, where he landed where his glove was. That ball was headed towards center field and just happened to find his glove. Good job by him. Stopping it, looking at the runner in case there was a contact play on.
So 2 outs. Moss still at third base. 9-5 Oakland.
I didn't see you standing there.
Here's Eric Sogard. First fastball is up and away.
Oh, compare the beards. See, Sogard has one.
Come on.
No chance.
Absolutely no chance.
Sogard Reddick.
Sogard with a double in the second. Popped out in the third. Breaking pitch. Catch the inside corner. Good slider. One ball, one strike. 5 runs, 9 hits, no errors for the Angels. 9 runs, 9 hits, 1 error for Oakland as we play here in the bottom of the 5th with 2 outs. Breaking pitch, bounce on the ground to second. Luis Rodriguez has it. The inning will come to an end. Oakland tacks on a run. We've played 5 here at Phoenix Muni. 9-5. Oakland leads it on the Angels Baseball Network and Fox Sports West.
As we get ready to move to the 6th inning, Jerry Blevins is going to take over in relief for the Oakland A's. So that'll be it for Scribner. And he ended up going 2 innings, allowing 4 hits, a couple runs. They were earned, and Walkeny struck out 1. So the A's go with their 3rd pitcher of the day, Jerry Blevins.
We didn't know there was going to be a blue-red rivalry here today, Terry.
Yeah, I guess there's a group of Dodger fans that are here today, and they're kind of parading around right now, drawing attention to themselves, and people are yelling, "Beat LA." So all in good fun right now, and hopefully it'll stay that way.
Sure. For what, the Angels fans wasted no time responding, though.
Yeah. Angel fans and A's fans united to get on the Dodger fans. Nothing wrong with that, I guess. At the plate is Cole Calhoun for the Angels. He's had an 0-for-2 day. And the count 2 balls and no strikes.
Calhoun smoked the ball, line drive to the first baseman first at bat, and then was fooled. An outside pitch when he flew out to the left fielder in foul territory.
And the next delivery lifts this one high in the air into center field. Coco Crisp is battling the sun, and the ball hits off his glove, and he drops it. So Calhoun is going to hit on to third base, and yet another adventure here in the Cactus League on a fly ball. They're never a given here, believe me.
You're talking about a proven Gold Glove caliber center fielder. He does everything in his power. Shades with the glove. He's got the glasses down. Everything he can think of, turn his body, and still, it is so tough here in the Cactus League. And the best thing is, somebody that knows about it, the guy running, ends up at third base. Cole Calhoun knows how tough it is out there in the outfield.
It's going to be scored a 3-base error. And Calhoun on at third with that gift. The pitch. That one is ripped foul on the left side by Luis Rodriguez. Let's pause for station identification on the Angels Baseball Network and Fox Sports West. Terry Smith, Jose Moden, our producer-engineer, Darren Chan. I want to thank Victor Rojas for stepping in for the last 3 innings. And the next delivery popped up into shallow center. And that ball drops in between Lowry and Perino, the shortstop. And the Angels get a gift run. The A's are just unable to catch anything in the air so far in this inning.
And so far is going to be in the middle of that diamond. Once again, Coco Crisp got a slow start. And this time Lowry not able to come up with it. There are certain spots, you know, over in Tempe Diablo, usually it's the left side of the field that gives fielders a lot of trouble. You see the third baseman, you see the shortstops, the left fielders, and the catchers on the left side in foul territory have a lot of trouble.
So it's a 9-6 Oakland lead. That error will be charged against the second baseman, Lowry.
That's about as tough as they come right there. Yeah, those errors. Not much you can do about it.
So Blevins, who should be working with 2 outs and no one on and no runs in, instead he's working with no outs, a run in, and 1 on. J.B. Shuck is the batter. His first time up today. He's hitting out Trout spot. He pops up a bunt, diving, and almost making a spectacular catch was the third baseman Sogar. Boy, that was all-out effort right there. Foul ball. 0-1 to count.
The team's playing this one like his regular season game all the way around. Look at this effort. Tremendously going foul territory, and he almost came up with it. At first, seemed like that ball was not going to hang enough, but it surely did.
Shuck swinging from the left side against the lefty, and the pitch. And he checks his swing and tips that one foul over near the Angels dugout on the third base side. 0-2 the count. Big crowd on hand today. We'll have the official attendance in just a moment. Looks like the biggest crowd the A's have had for any of their home games this spring. And the pitch, and that one is high and away for a ball. $8,739, 8739 the attendance today. And they've seen a lot of action here in this ball game, and we're far from being over. Here's the pitch, and waving at that 2-strike pitch is Shuck. He fooled him, struck him out. That's the first out.
He made him look pretty much like a rookie on that one. Thin air, whatever you want to call it, that didn't matter. That was a tremendous big league breaking ball.
So Peter Borges getting ready for his 4th at bat today. Toss over first. The runner gets back. That's Luis Rodriguez. Blevins last season was in 63 games for the A's. 5-1 record. Very good ERA, 2.48. Fastball, curve, and changeup. The pitches he'll feature, and the next delivery, it's bounced to the shortstop. This could be 2. Flip the second, relay to first, and Peter with his speed avoids being doubled up. So fielder's choice. They get the out at second on Rodriguez. It goes 6-4. 2 outs in the inning, and the batter will be a pinch hitter for Albert Pujols, and we're also going to have a pinch runner for Peter Borges. Is going to pinch hit for Albert Pujols. Albert had a quiet day today. In fact, he didn't get the ball out of the infield. 0 for 3, 2 pop-outs, and a strikeout. Matt Young is going to be the pinch runner for Borges over at first base. so Young will likely stay in the game somewhere in the outfield. Maybe just a straight up move for Borges in center, and the pitch on Yarbrough, and he hits one in the gap in right center field. That's going to drop in for a base hit. So young Alex Yarbrough, we've seen a little bit this spring. He's up from minor league camp today. Gets a pinch hit signal for Albert Pujols. The Angels have runners at the corners here with a couple of outs in the 6th inning, trying to get some more runs on the board.
Yarbrough came into this game having gone 1 for 6. Does a good job staying on this pitch here against a lefty, thinking about keeping that front shoulder closed, letting that ball get to him. Good job there. And for a lot of these minor league players, now that they're getting their games started in minor league camp, of course, their timings are going to be way better. And some of them that have been sent down to minor league camp, obviously, are getting more reps with the bats and with the gloves.
Caleb Cowart is the batter. This is his first time up.
You can always tell when somebody has been sent down and brought up. The double flap helmet on the youngsters.
Yep. Cowart, in his earlier time with the Angels this spring, was 4 for 16. A couple of runs batted in. He has a chance to drive in a run here, and the pitch. He lifts it foul on the right side, backing out of play. (9-6) Oakland. The Angels had a 3-0 lead after a half inning today, and then the A's started to mount their lead. The Angels have chopped into it a bit. Oakland was up by 5, now by 3. Here's the pitch. Lifted in the air down the right field side, tight to the line. It's a fair ball. It's going to drive in a run. Headed for second base is Cowart. He is there with the double, and the Angels get closer. It's now 9-7 Oakland. The runs in the inning are unearned due to the errors, the 2 errors in the inning by the A's, but the Angels taking advantage of it. And now we'll see what John Hester can do as he steps up to the plate with a chance to tie up this ball game.
Now, more times than not, we're seeing this happen more and more with the Angels, either with the regular players or with the young players coming in. As every time the door has been open on the offensive side, most of the time they've been able to turn those opportunities into runs. It's a good sign.
Here's the pitch on Hester, and that one is low. Hester came in to replace Hank Conger, who suffered an injury when Kevin Johnson was loosening up before he threw his first pitch in the bottom of the 5th inning. Conger went 2 for 3 today. Here's the pitch on Hester, and he pops it up on the right side. Shallow right field. Coming in is the right fielder Reddick, and he will call off the second baseman Lowry and make the grab in shallow right. The inning is over. Angels get a pair of unearned runs, 2 runs, 2 hits, 2 errors, and the Angels leave 2. So we're headed to the bottom of the 6th. It's 9-7 in favor of Oakland on the Angels Baseball Network and Fox Sports West. Angels make a few changes as we head to the bottom of the 6th inning. It is a 9-7 Oakland lead. The new pitcher is David Carpenter. And so far this spring, Carpenter has appeared in 7 games. This will be his 8th. ERA is 4.26. He's worked 6 1/3 innings, giving up 7 hits, 3 earned runs. He's walked 7 in those 6 1/3 innings. He's also, with the 7 strikeouts, walked 4. So the Angels also change up the outfield a little bit. J.B. Shuck goes from left to center, and Matt Young stays in the game. He is now playing left. First pitch from Carpenter. That one misses for a ball. The count 1 ball, no strikes on Luke Muntz, who's handled the catching duties for the A's today, and he's also hit a 2-run homer. He hit that off of Jared Weaver. Weaver had a tough day today as the pitch is fouled off on the right side. Jared gave up 8 runs in 2 innings and allowed 3 home runs. He gave up a 3-run shot and a pair of 2-run homers. Here's the next delivery, and that one is fouled off. Weaver also balked in a run today, so it just wasn't his day.
No, not at all. He was up on the door and got hit pretty hard by a team that really knows a lot about Weave. Only made 50 pitches, and he had to go out and finish off his day by throwing in the Angels bullpen.
Carpenter set. Here's the pitch, and that one check swing. Holding was Muntz. 2-2 is the count. We've seen Weaver, Fritz, Burnett, Johnson, and now Carpenter. Kevin Johnson worked last inning and gave up 2 hits and an earned run. There's a pitch that is cut on and missed, and down on strikes goes Muntz. Carpenter gets him, struck him out.
Carpenter, of course, Terry, in the running for a bullpen spot here. Drops a nice breaking ball. Tremendous late action to finish off the right-hander. He was very solid against right-handed batters last year in the big leagues. One of those guys that found himself in the big leagues before anybody thought he would be. He was up in the show the first week of the season last year.
So here is Perino, who's had a pair of singles. He's also scored a run, and he takes that one for a strike. And I guess, Jose, you can open up eyes even if you're not around as far as major league clubs, and apparently that has happened with the Angels as well concerning the bullpen.
Yeah, Mike Scioscia was presented with the question of how about Fernando Cabrera, who is still Angels property, and he is pitching for the Puerto Rican team that has advanced to the semifinals of the World Baseball Classic. And he said, "Oh yes, we've been paying attention to Fernando. His stuff was not all that good when he was here and made a couple of appearances, but it certainly has picked up over there in WBC." And Mike said, we've gone as far as watching his video. And when he comes back, and the earliest that could happen, I guess, is on Tuesday, we'll see where he is. But certainly he's a guy that has experience and has the arm. And now apparently he's now throwing strikes.
He did struggle on his 3 appearances with the Angels earlier this spring. And there's a pitch that's cut on and missed by Perino as he goes down on strikes. And Carpenter has come in and taking care of business here, striking out the first 2 in the bottom of the 6th. Coco Crisp will be the next batter. You mentioned Fernando Cabrera, and he has done some closing for Team Puerto Rico in the WBC. And he certainly was doing a lot of closing the last few years in the minors as well.
How about another former Angel get shutting the wrong U.S., J.C. Romero.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, once again, the U.S. team could not advance.
No balls, 1 strike is the count. Carpenter trying to have a clean inning, and he just might do it. There's a ground ball hit right to second. Rodriguez will throw to first in time, and they go down very quietly here in the bottom of the 6th. No runs, hits, or errors. Nobody left. 7th inning is coming up here in Phoenix. Right now, it's 9-7 in favor of Oakland on the Angels Baseball Network and Fox Sports West. is, don't forget the annual 5K and Fun Run will take place on March the 30th. Participants will run a course through Angel Stadium, receive a commemorative shirt and a ticket to watch the Halos take on the Dodgers later that night. For more info and to sign up, just go to angels.com/5K. Proceeds from the event will benefit the Angels Baseball Foundation. Jerry Blevins still on the hill. Luis Jimenez at the plate. Here's the 1-0, and that one is chopped foul. There are a number of changes for the A's defensively. They have a new right side of the infield. Scott Moore is taken over at first. Adam Rosales now at second. And then they have a couple of players up from their minor league camp now in the outfield. Chad Oberracker is the left fielder. DRB Myers is the center fielder. And Shane Peterson switches from left over to right as Josh Reddick will lead the ball game. 7th inning here in Phoenix. Angels down by a pair, 9-7. The pitch that is swung on and missed. It's 1-2.
Okay, what do you have on Hank Conger? Latest news.
That's right. That kind of ties in, Jose, with our Care First Health Plan injury report. And we want to remind you to visit CareFirst.com to learn more about their patients first philosophy of care. Care First, it's all about you. And there's one that's low and inside. Hank Conger left the game when Kevin Johnson was warming up. And that was just before we got the bottom of the 5th underway. And Hank left the game because of a left thumb cramp, which would be his the thumb of his catching hand, the glove hand, if you will.
This is going to hurt more than a cramp right here. Jimenez fouling the ball off his left foot. Rolling around home plate.
Hank Conger listed as day-to-day. And Jimenez being attended to after fouling that pitch off the lead foot.
It happens so often when facing a left-handed pitcher. He's got the wraparound breaking ball coming towards the back leg. You hit the outside of that and forget about it.
So Blevins is ready. And here's the next pitch. Drilled but foul down the left side. Jimenez hit that ball hard but got around a little bit too fast on it. Angels got a couple of runs last inning against Blevins, but it really wasn't his fault. The A's had all sorts of trouble defensively in that inning, committing a couple of errors and helping the Angel cause. The next delivery, it's chopped down to third. Sogard has been playing there today. His throw over to Moore, the new first baseman, is in time to get Jimenez. That's the first out.
Well, Blevins could have been out of that inning, Terry, with only 6 pitches. 2 pop-out drops and then the strikeout.
So Brendan Harris, who has played short the entire game for the Angels, will be the next batter. Blevins is ready as he gets the sign from Muntz. And here's the pitch. That first one is in there for a called strike. There are some more reports today circling around Major League Baseball about performance-enhancing drugs. And Major League Baseball, according to a report on CBS Sports.com, they are targeting Ryan Braun and also Alex Rodriguez as far as possible sanctions coming down from Major League Baseball. There was a player in the minors who received a 100-game suspension, and that all centered around that clinic in South Florida. And those Major League players, I mentioned Braun and A-Rod, and there have been several others, have all been linked to the clinic as well in South Florida.
Yeah, that's continues to develop to a bigger story.
Yeah. Here's the next pitch, and that one is tipped foul. It got a piece of the catcher Muntz, and now he's down on his knees in pain.
Well, we're just talking about the thumb cramp, which is not something we hear about very often. That we see Jimenez hit a ball to the inside of his left foot. But this right here is going to beat all of them. Just the reaction from Muntz, who's still face down.
Yeah, he's seeing a few stars right now. All of a sudden, that batter's circle has become a very dangerous place here this inning.
Not much you can do with this one, but to give it some time.
So an apparent groin problem for Muntz, and now he's finally up on his feet. This has been a pretty big day for him. I mentioned a minor league player, a guy who hit a lot of home runs last year in AAA. He had not had a hit all spring for Oakland. He came into today's game. He was 0 for 13, and wouldn't you know it, his first time up today against Jared Weaver, he hit a 2-run homer.
He has that attitude back there, and you know, since we saw him before the game, even just warming up, the guy really grinds it out. Really animated. Take charge attitude.
Well, kind of fits the A's mold.
No doubt.
Yep. And the A's, during the offseason, lost some people. Johnny Gomes was a big clubhouse presence for them last year.
He's now with the Red Sox.
Right. They lost Brandon McCarthy, who is now with the D-backs. Cliff Pennington is no longer with them as well. And Stephen Drew believing to sign with the Red Sox.
And Drew himself is having some issues right now because of a concussion suffered, which he didn't start noticing anything until hours after he got hit.
2-4.
The A's have added Chris Young. He came over from Arizona. And they also signed a pretty good infielder from Japan, Nakajima.
Yeah, there's been some mixed reports on him. Mixed reviews, I should say. He has not looked all the part so far here in camp.
So play back underway, and the pitch is low and outside. Well, oftentimes, Jose, especially from a defensive standpoint, when you sign those Japanese infielders, they're so used to playing on AstroTurf because basically every stadium in Japan, a lot of them are dome stadiums and AstroTurf fields. Here's a fly ball. It's lifted into left field. Circling back is the new left fielder, Oberracker. And Chad Oberracker puts that one away. That'll be the second out. But then all of a sudden, some of those infielders come over from Japan, having always had the true hops playing on AstroTurf fields. And it's a little bit different on the natural surface, which is primarily the case around Major League ballparks. There are some that have AstroTurf, but not very many anymore.
Yeah, it's a case where the adjustment has to happen quickly, the speed of the game. You look at a couple of years ago when Minnesota signed Hiroshi Nishioka, and they ended up sending him to the minor leagues.
Right.
After signing him to a 3-year deal.
Cole Calhoun was slated to bat, and now Randall Grichuk is going to pinch hit. And the first pitch was a ball on Grichuk. He's up from minor league camp today. And he fouls that one back. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Have you ever talked to Trey Hillman about that? Your good friend and former manager over in Japan, about the adjustments by the infielders?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. He managed, this was 5-6 seasons, the Nippon Ham Fighters. And, yeah, he was one of the people that told me basically all the ballparks are artificial surface. So the infielders get a little bit spoiled in Japan because they're always having the true hops. Now, again, the ball sometimes gets on top of you a little bit faster on the AstroTurf, but you don't have to worry about funny bounces and things like that.
And a little hype on Kaz Matsui.
Right.
On the first came.
There's always going to be an adjustment for those players coming over from Japan, whether they're position players or pitchers. But You can see where a lot of the natural grass fields here in the States could be troublesome to some degree for some of those infielders.
I can attest to the fact that, yes, you can get a little spoiled and get on your heels a little bit when you're playing on AstroTurf.
Right. And even more so, the adjustment playing in these Cactus League games here in Arizona because of the hard surfaces. Here's a fly ball lifted into left field. Should be an easy play. Circling under and waiting. Putting it away is Oberracker. And the Angels go down quietly here in the 7th inning on a ground out and 2 flyouts to left. 7th inning stretch time in Phoenix. We get ready to move to the bottom of the 7th. A's up on the Angels by a pair. It's 9-7 Oakland on the Angels Baseball Network and Fox Sports West. Bottom of the 7th inning. The new pitcher is Matt Shoemaker. He is pitcher number 6 of the day. Replaces David Carpenter. Carpenter worked a 1-2-3 bottom of the 6th with a couple of strikeouts. And the new right fielder staying in the ball game is Randall Grichuk as he takes over in right field for Cole Calhoun. So Scott Moore gets set for his first at bat today. That's from the left side against Shoemaker, and the pitch. It's a drive into left field. It's hit pretty well. Matt Young is chasing, and he'll run that one down out there in deep left center field. That's the first out.
Pitch of contact, let the defense go to work for you. And the ball apparently not carrying as much as it was early in the ball game. Nice run by the youngster.
Adam Rosales will bat. He's hitting out a Riddick spot. This is his first time up. Josh Riddick had a good day for the A's. He was 2 for 3 with a homer. Scored 3 runs and drove in 3 runs. And the first pitch of ball, the count, 1 ball, no strikes on Adam Rosales. Here's the next pitch on the right-handed batter. Takes that one for a ball. Fans, now's the perfect time to reserve a suite rental for the upcoming 2013 season. Suites offer 12 to 36 guests the opportunity to enjoy the game in a private and luxurious atmosphere. Suite rentals also offer all-inclusive food and non-alcoholic beverages. Next pitch, fouled back just above us, out of play. If you'd like to reserve a suite at the Big A or just would like to get some more information, you can call 888-796-HALO or visit angels.com/suites. The next pitch, that's in there for a called strike. Shoemaker on the hill. He's appearing in his third game for the Angels this spring, and that one is a little bit low.
Last year in Salt Lake City, Shoemaker ERA of 5.65, 29 starts, 11-10 record. Career minor leagues, 38 wins, 27 losses, and a 4.40 ERA.
Here's one lifted down the left field side. It's tight to the line. It's going to take a bounce and roll all the way out to the wall in the left field corner. And stopping at second base is Rosales. He's there with a one-out double.
And Shoemaker's not going to overwhelm you with his speed, so he's kind of really depends on if he's going to pitch inside. He's had success pitching inside off the plate. A lot of guys do chase that two-seam fastball running in. And certainly what happened there is what happens when he's not able to run it in enough and it stays up in the zone.
Shane Peterson is the batter. He swings from the left side. He's having a good spring for the A's, and he has had a lot of at-bats for them. They've taken a long look at him. He's already had 37 at-bats, 17 hits, and he's hitting over 450.
Keep pushing. Make sure people do notice as long as you keep putting up the numbers.
Here's the pitch, and this one is chopped on the first base side. It's fielded there by Jimenez. He will solo to the bag. He gets Peterson by plenty, running up the first base side. On the play, Rosales moves over to third. He is there with 2 outs. And we'll see who will be batting here for Brandon Moss. Peterson, who just grounded out. We were mentioning how hot he's been for the A's. He's from Temecula, and he played his college baseball at Long Beach State. Here is Oberracker batting, Chad Oberracker. And the first pitch on him, a ball. The count, 1 ball, no strikes. This is his first at-bat this spring for the A's, and his second game. He did not bat the only other time he had played, but getting a chance to swing the bat here today. And the pitch that's in there for a strike. Oberracker is from Erie, Pennsylvania. And he takes that one low. He was a 25th round pick of the A's back in 2011. And last year played an A-ball where he hit 15 home runs, drove in 55 runs. Went to Tennessee Tech. Next pitch, nubbed on the third base side. Charging in is Cowart. Has it, throws him out. And that will end the inning. Good job for Shoemaker. Sits down 3 of the 4 that he faces here in the bottom of the 7th. No runs, they had a hit, no errors, they leave a runner on. We are headed to the 8th inning. Angels down by a pair. It's 9-7 Oakland on the New battery in the game for the Oakland A's. James Simmons up from the A's minor league camp. And the new catcher Ryan Lipkin also up from their minor league camp. Take over for the A's. See how the Angels fare against them. Luis Rodriguez will lead it off. He's gone all the way at second base for the Angels today. He's 1 for 3 with a run scored. And a switch hitter batting left takes that pitch for a strike. It's 0-1. Simmons is a right-hander. Here's his next delivery. That's inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the next pitch. Lifted foul, backing out of play on the left side. Simmons last year pitched in Double-A and Triple-A, and overall went 3-2 as a reliever. He was not a closer in the minors last year. And he's from Norco. He went to Norco High School. Now lives in Marietta.
Tear those zones. Norco, Temecula, making an appearance here today.
That's right. Riverside County is well represented today. There's one that's fouled back behind the plate. And speaking of Riverside, Simmons, who's pitching, went to UC Riverside. He was a Big West pitcher of the year as a junior.
Maybe he's learned a little bit from Troy Percival in his days there.
Yeah. Here's his next pitch. It's fouled back to the screen. 1-2 is the count. Donald James Simmons. He goes by his middle name, James Simmons, out there on the hill. Here's the next pitch. Lifted in the air and hit very high out to center field. The new center fielder, DeArby Myers, is under that one, and he will put it away for the first out.
Angels baseball is back, so individual game tickets for the 2013 season are on sale now. And make your plans to take part in the Big Bang Fridays. You can post game concerts, promotional nights, and great opponents like the Yankees and Dodgers. And to get your tickets today at angels.com or the Angels Stadium ticket office, or call 714-663-9000.
So J.B. Shuck will step up for the Angels. He's hitting out a Trout spot, and he's been up once so far today with a strikeout. Mike Trout was 1 for 2 today, scored another run, drove in a run, and Shuck lines that one into right center for a 1-out hit. So he's aboard. Shuck made a big turn rounding first base, but will hold there as Myers got the ball back to the infield. Hope you're enjoying the action wherever you're tuning in, whether you're on the Angels Baseball Network with us or Fox Sports West. Terry Smith along with Jose Mota, our producer-engineer Darren Chan. We'll have more Angels baseball for you tomorrow when the Halos are back in Tempe to take on the Padres. That'll be C.J. Wilson against the veteran Freddie Garcia, trying to earn a spot on the Padres pitching staff. Here's the pitch. That one is bounced just out of the reach of Rosales. The second baseman threw into right center, and the Angels get another hit and have runners on at first and third as Matt Young gets a hit his first time up today.
It seems like we've seen this happen before. Later in the game, all these youngsters get into a groove and start attacking the baseball. The W's have not come very easily for the Angels here this spring. A 4-12 record.
So here is Alex Yarborough. Since he entered the ball game, he's had a hit. And the pitch on its way. Yarborough, who batted for Pujols back in the 6th inning, is the Angels' designated hitter in this ball game. And the first pitch of ball on him. It's 1 ball, no strikes. Toss over to first base. Back to the bag goes Young. Angels have the go-ahead run at the plate, down by 2 here in the 8th. 2 on. Here's the pitch, and that is a called strike. Simmons, the 4th pitcher of the day for Oakland. The Angels have already used 6 and will possibly see a 7th when we get to the bottom of the 8th. Next pitch on its way. That's low. The Angels bullpen right now is quiet. And I think, Jose, the only other reliever the Angels have available today is Matt Oye.
Yeah, they had to go to the bullpen early, obviously, because of Weaver only throwing 50 pitches. And they brought in the backup, Ben Fritz, early. And he was able to throw an inning.
A lot of people down in that bullpen, but I don't know that there are too many available to pitch down there right now.
It seems like there's more catchers than pitchers over there.
There you go. Yep, that bullpen's populated. Might be about 7 uniform personnel down there right now. The pitch, that's high and outside. 3-1 the count.
Alex Yarbrough, 21 years old, out of Allen, Texas. 4th rounder for the Angels last year.
And he's a guy that has impressed some people in the Angels organization in the brief amount of time that he's been in the Angels organization. He has some tools.
He's going to combine 275 last year. Stole 23 bases.
And he got up to Double-A last year in his first pro season. The pitch, he lines that one into right field. That's going to fall in for a base hit. It'll score a run. The Angels will have them at the corners. And now it's a 1-run ball game, 9-8 Oakland. So Yarbrough has come in here, and the 2 times that he's batted out of Pujols' spot, he's delivered a couple of hits. He had just 1 hit this spring for the Angels, but a 2-hit game today.
Oh, that'll make him now 3 for 7. That'll get your average up there.
Yeah. So the A's lead by a run, and here is Cowart at the plate. He's already driven in 2 since coming in. And the pitch. That's outside and misses for a ball. Simmons has given up 3 straight 1-out hits and a run, and he's in trouble. Now they're going to have a meeting out there at the mound to kind of talk things over with him. The pitching coach for the A's this season is Curt Young, but he is not the one out there talking to Simmons. Meeting at the mound is over. Simmons is ready. Runners at the corners, tying run over at third base, and the pitch that's in there for a called strike. It caught the outside part of the plate. 1-1 the count. Young is the lead runner. He's at third. On at first base, Yarbrough. Next delivery. That one is lifted in the air and hit into left center field. Chasing after it, making the catch is Oberracker. Young will tag and score. And Cowart drives in his 3rd run of the game and ties this game up at 9.
It's a good job overall. The pressure has been on Simmons since he first came to the mound and retiring Rodriguez. From Shuck to Young to Yarbrough, now Cowart just getting good pitches to hit and being aware of the situation, what it calls for you to swing in your zone.
The other runner for the Angels, Yarbrough, still at first base. 2 outs. He draws his throw and he gets back to the bag in plenty of time. John Hester is the batter. Hester is 0 for 1 since coming into this game, replacing Hank Conger. Hester hasn't hit much this spring, and he fouls one back not too far away from us, out of play. Fans, don't forget, groups of 20 or more can now experience Angel games in a whole new way. The new Trout Farm, presented by Smile Generation, is the official cheering section for outfielder Mike Trout. Groups sitting in this section will receive an exclusive Trout Farm shirt. There's a pitch that was outside. Also, if you'd like to get some more information about the new Trout Farm presented by Smile Generation, or if you'd like to pick up some tickets, purchase tickets for the Trout Farm, call 888-796-HALO. Toss over to first, and diving back to the bag goes Yarborough. So Mike Trout's folks here today. They're here in Phoenix watching their son. Of course, he's out of the game now, but they had to enjoy what they saw from Mike Trout.
Walked and scored in the first inning. He struck out later in the second. Then a single, a stolen base, and an RBI for Mike Trout. Officially 1 for 2. And as you were saying, Terry, about Mike Trout, scoring runs and the premium put on guys like him. He has the ability to take the extra base and put himself in scoring position so quickly and rapidly. But with that speed, man, he's going to make it easy on guys behind him.
Here's Hester bouncing one by the mound and threw into left center field for a hit. That's going to get Yarborough over to third. John Hester keeps this inning alive. And now the Angels have the go-ahead run at third base with 2 outs. And we'll see if Luis Jimenez can bring in that runner. He's already driven in 2 today. This is going to be his 5th at bat of this ballgame.
Another runner goes first to third. It's been also something very prevalent here throughout this inning. All about anticipation and going to third on a single from first base and knowing where your outfielders are playing.
So let's see if Jimenez can come through. 2 outs. Here's the pitch. He takes a breaking ball low and away. It's ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Angels have tacked 4 hits and a couple of runs against James Simmons here in the 8th inning. There's a ground ball. It's hit right to third at Sogard. He'll flip to second, and just keeping his foot on the bag is the second baseman, Rosales. The inning is over on the 5-4 fielder's choice. That was close over there at second base. That throw is certainly sailing. In the inning, the Angels get a pair, had 4 hits. In the inning, no errors, and the Angels leave 2. Bottom of the 8th is coming up here in Phoenix. We're all tied up at 9 on the Angels Baseball Network and Fox Sports West. Matt Shoemaker will continue in the ballgame for the Angels, getting ready for his second inning of relief. The Angels have made a couple of changes as far as the infield. Brendan Harris, who is playing shortstop, he's now moved over to take over at first base. And the new shortstop for the Angels is Eric Stamets. We've seen him a little bit this spring. Young player who was drafted by the Angels last June. He takes over at short. Seth Smith is the batter for the A's. He's been their DH all day long. This will be his fourth at bat. He's gone 0 for 3. Shoemaker ready. Here's the pitch. And the first one right in there for a called strike. We're in the bottom of the 8th. We're tied at 9. The Angels have rallied in this ball game from a 5-run deficit. At one time down 8-3. There's a pitch that misses.
It's one more chance for the offense. That's all you can ask for here from Matt Shoemaker.
Here comes the 1-1, and that's cut on and missed for strike 2.
Come on, Seth, let's go, baby! Nice hit, baby!
1 ball, 2 strikes the count. Here's the next delivery, and that one misses high. So the count 2-2. They had the count wrong up on the scoreboard. It is 2 balls, 2 strikes. And next delivery, that one is chopped foul over on the right side, so the count remains at 2-2. Weaver, Fritz, Burnett, Johnson, Carpenter, and Shoemaker. 6 pitchers used today by Mike Scioscia. Tomorrow, when the Angels host the Padres, C.J. Wilson will be getting the start in that ball game for the Angels. C.J. making his 3rd start this spring. The pitch, high fly ball. It's hit well in the left center field. Young and Schuck are chasing, and that ball out there in left center is gathered in on a nice running catch by Matt Young.
Well, we've seen this all throughout the spring, how much ground he covers, especially going to his left in that gap. The little guy really gets after it, takes good routes to the baseball. Always knowing where your center fielder is a key to gauge your speed.
So 1 away. Sogard will bat. This is his 4th time up for the A's today. Here's the pitch, and that one is in there for a called strike. The A's have a split squad day today. They're playing another game against the White Sox in Glendale this afternoon. Here's the next delivery. That one is fouled off. Generally speaking, when a team has a split squad day here in Arizona, the game that is played in that team's home ballpark, they'll usually play more of their regulars for the home game, and then the travel team will feature a few of the regulars, but not as many that would normally play in the home game. That is the case today. If you look at the lineup for the A's today, really the top 6 in their batting order were all regular players: Crisp and Lowry and Riddick, Cespedes, Moss, and Smith. Here's the pitch, and that's lined down the right field side, and that one is going to drop in off the bat of Sogard and bounce down that right field corner. Grichuk getting the ball back in, but not before Sogard has his 2nd double of the game, and he's the potential go-ahead runner at second base with 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th.
Well, he knows Matt Shoemaker's going to throw that split finger or that slow breaking ball. He goes down and gets it with his legs. Just nice drive with his bottom half to get to that tough pitch down.
The A's in this ball game have had 11 hits, and 8 of them have been for extra bases.
Base hit, baby. Base hit. Here we go.
1 out, runner at second. Lipkin is the batter, and the first pitch, that one on Ryan Lipkin. It's a ball. The count 1-0. He's their new catcher, and this is his first at bat today. Shoemaker is set. Checks the runner, and the next pitch, that one is cut on and missed. That pitch had some good movement down. 1 ball, 1 strike. Lipkin, who's batting, mentioned he's up from their minor league camp, and this is his first at bat this spring for the A's, so he might have some nervous energy. There's a pitch that's up and in on him for a ball, 2-1.
One thing for sure, he'd love to head back to minor league camp. But one thing in mind, I got a big base hit for my ball club. They gave me a chance to play.
Yeah, right to head to minor league camp, a hero. Shoemaker takes a look at second, delivers the next pitch, and that one is low and outside. Let's pause for station identification here on the Angels Baseball Network and Fox Sports West. Ready to work is Shoemaker. Here's the next delivery. Fouled back, not too far from our booth. That one's going to land just above us, out of play. Ryan Lipkin, who's batting, has some other ties to the Bay Area. He attended the University of San Francisco. Went to Solano Community College. And here's the next pitch on its way, and he bounces one through on the right side for a base hit. This could bring in Sogard. Here comes the throw to the plate, and it skips past Hester and goes back to the screen, and the A's have taken a 10-9 lead. Grichuk's one-hop throw was on line, but Hester couldn't handle the bounce, and that ball was skipped right by him.
So the youngster goes the other way, hits it very hard. Ron Hopper. It didn't seem like it was going to be that tough of a throw to handle. Well, Lester went out there, or Hester went out there more on extending his arm and not receiving the throw and trying to attack the guy. So that was costly to him. And again, easier to say from up here, but that ground down there is very hard.
Yeah, the throw really wasn't bad by Grichuk. It was right on line. No error on the play. They'll just scored an RBI single, and Lipkin takes second on the throw to the plate. There's a pitch in there for a called strike. So the A's have gone back on top. 10-9 Oakland here in the bottom of the 8th. Perino at the plate. No balls and a strike on Andy Perino. He's had a pair of hits today for Oakland, and the next pitch, that's fouled back to the screen, and the count is now 0-2. Well, we'll see if the Angels have some kind of a ninth-inning comeback in them. We haven't seen really any of those for the Angels this spring. We'll see what happens when we get to the 9th. And the pitch, Perino checking on that one. They say he was holding. So it's 1 ball, 2 strikes.
The Eagles have 7, 8, 9 coming up.
Harris, Grichuk, and Rodriguez, the batters scheduled for the Angels in the 9th inning. Here's the next delivery. Smacked foul over on the first base side. Still 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Over here, Ricky. We love you.
Angels earlier in the day assigned 3 players to minor league camp. Couple of pitchers, Billy Buckner and Robert Coelho, and also outfielder Trent Olchin. 1-2 pitch. That's outside. 2-2 the count. So the Major League spring training roster continues to see some pairings from it. It's whittling down a bit.
44 players now? 44 players.
Yep. Angels will carry 25 on the opening day roster, so they have to get down some more. 19 more have to be taken off the current roster here this spring.
And it could be a roster, according to Mike Soja, that could change even after just 5 or 6 games into the season because of scheduled off days. And remember that first series, it's against a National League opponent. So no DH in effect. Of course, middle relief at a premium, along with guys from the bench.
Here's the next pitch. Ground to foul on the right side. And when the Angels do open up the regular season on April the 1st against the Reds, the Angels will be playing at a very good hitters ballpark, that Great American Ballpark, a park that hitters love to visit and Reds players love to play at.
Ask Albert Pujols about his days in the NL Central and hitting in that ballpark.
The count's 2-2. Here's the next pitch, way high and outside. So Shoemaker had Perino in the hole, and now it's a full count.
This one, you already have one. Listen, you're on the borderline too.
Angels have some more action in the bullpen. Here's the next pitch. Tapped foul right by the plate. So pretty good battle going on here between Shoemaker and the 9-hole hitter, the switch hitter Andy Perino. Waiting on deck is the RB Myers. We've yet to see him bat. Shoemaker is set. And the next delivery fouled off on the left side. At the RB Myers waiting on deck. He is a sponsorship waiting to happen if he gets to the big leagues.
All he's got to do is perform.
That's right.
Because those sponsorships and endorsements come quickly now to young players.
I could see Arby's trying to go after DRB Myers if he gets to the show and it turns out to be an impact type player. Yeah. Here's the pitch, and that one on the 3-2 is cut on and missed, and after all that, Shoemaker ends up getting Perino, struck him out. So the second out. And here is Myers getting ready to bat. Young players up from minor league camp for the A's, and this will be his first at bat for them. The RB Myers, the batter. Shoemaker working from the stretch. Here's the first delivery, and that one is cut on and missed for strike one on Myers.
Our thanks to Eric Kay with the Angels Media Relations Department coming in, and the report on Jerome Williams today against the AAA for the San Francisco Giants. Williams, 5 innings. 2 hits, no earned runs, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts, 51 pitches only for Jerome against a AAA team from the Giants. So he stays on schedule.
Here comes the next pitch. Myers takes that one outside. DRB Myers, born in Los Angeles, went to Westchester High School, and a former 4th-round pick of the Philadelphia Phillies. He was in the Phillies organization through last season. Signed as a free agent with the A's. Here's the pitch. He pops it up on the left side. Coming in is the third baseman Cowart. He will make the call with Hester Byam. And the catch made by Caleb Cowart in foul territory. The inning is over. But the A's do get a go-ahead run. They had 2 hits in the inning, no errors, and they leave a runner on. We're headed to the top of the 9th inning. It's 10-9 Oakland on the Angels Baseball Network and Fox Sports West. Pitcher number 5 of the day for the Oakland A's is named R.J. Walls III, and he will get ready to face the Angels here. He has pitched for Oakland, one appearance, going just a third of an inning, and in that appearance he gave up 1 hit, no runs, so he gets ready to face the Angels. We go to the 9th inning in a 10-9 ball game with Oakland on top. Walls pitched last year in the Cal League. He was at Class A Stockton, and he was used mostly as a reliever. He had a 7-6 record, 39 games, 31 in relief. His ERA was 3.16. He's from Omaha, Nebraska. Here's the first pitch, and that one misses for a ball. Walls is set, and the pitch, and that one is low. Two balls, no strikes, the count. Here's the next delivery. That's lifted in the air and hit pretty well into right center field. That ball is hit in the gap in right center. It's going to take a bounce and hop over the wall. It's a ground rule double for Brendan Harris, leading off the Angels' 9th inning. So just like that, the Angels have the tying run in scoring position, nobody out. We're going to have a pinch runner now for Brendan Harris out at second base. Andy Workman is the pinch runner. Randall Grichuk will be the batter. He's gone 0 for 1 since coming into the game. Here's the pitch on Grichuk, and that one is inside. It misses ball 1. It's 1 ball, no strikes. The young pitcher for the Oakland A's, T.J. Walls, on the hill. I originally referred to him as RJ, but it's TJ. 2 balls and no strikes to count. Thomas Jude Wells on the hill for the Oakland A's. He steps off the rubber. Time is called. Workman, the pinch runner, leading off of second base. He represents the tying run. Here's the next pitch. That's outside. It's off the glove of the catcher, Lipkin, and that'll get Workman over to third base. So that should be a wild pitch. That pitch was sailing low and away. And the Angels, well, now they're going to call that one a pass ball on the catcher, Lipkin. So no wild pitch, pass ball will be the official scoring on it. Lipkin, the catcher, went out to have a word with Walls. They apparently were not on the same page. Fly ball deep enough to the outfield, gets a run in, and the pitch that's taken for a called strike by Grichuk. It's 3-1. Andy Workman, the pinch runner, represents the tying run. He played his college baseball at Arizona State and lives in Chandler. There's a pitch that's low in, and that's ball 4 on Grichuk. So Walls is yet to retire a batter. The Angels have the tying run at third, the go-ahead run at first, and Bob Melvin is going to go out and have a word with his young pitcher. Luis Rodriguez will be the next batter after the meeting wraps up out there at the mound. Just the second walk the Angels have picked up in today's game. The A's today have 10 runs on 13 hits. The Angels have 9 runs on 16 hits. The Angels have put together a little stretch right now. Last 11 games, the Angels have scored 5 runs or more in 10 of the 11. 9 runs so far today. Meeting at the mound is over. The pitch is low. The ball bounced away from Lipkin, and that will enable the runner at first, Grichuk, to move up to second on the wild pitch. So now runners at second and third with nobody out, and a hit could give the Angels the lead, and the Angels have not held a lead in this game since the very first half inning when the Angels jumped on Blackley with 3 runs before the A's ever batted in the game. It's 10-9 Oakland right now here in the 9th. Here's the pitch. It's a strike on the outside corner. Luis Rodriguez has had a 1-for-4 day. J.B. Shuck waiting on deck. He singled last inning. Walls is set the pitch, and that one is fouled off the mid of the catcher, Lipkin. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Angels and the Oakland A's facing each other for the final time here in the Cactus League. And the 2 teams will first meet up for the Angels opening homestand. That'll be on the 9th of April. It's a Tuesday night. That'll be the home opener for the Halos. They'll be hosting Oakland in a 3-game series. Here's the pitch. That's inside. 2-2 the count. Angels' first series in Oakland will take place later on in April, right at the end of the month on the 29th and 30th, and that series will run into the first day of May as well. 2-2 pitch. Fouled back. Rodriguez hanging tough with the count, holding at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Jose is headed downstairs, getting ready for the post-game show. He'll have a visit with Angels manager Mike Scioscia at the conclusion of today's game here in Phoenix. The count's 2-2, and again the 2-strike delivery. It's lined into center field. That's going to fall in for an RBI hit. It'll tie up the ball game, and now the Angels have runners at the corners. It's 10-10 here in the 9th. 3 straight batters have reached base safely. Rodriguez getting his 2nd hit of the day. And now the Angels are fly ball deep enough to the outfield from taking the lead in this ball game with runners at the corners. Nobody out. Now the Angels have won only 4 games all spring, and coming into today, the Angels have played 19 games this spring. Chance to maybe come away with a last inning win here this afternoon. The pitch, that's low and inside. Of course, the Angels are also going to have to face the A's in the bottom of the 9th, whether they're still tied or go into the bottom of the 9th with a lead, and we'll see how things play out when we get to the bottom of the 9th. Oakland made a living winning lead inning games a year ago when they won the division. The pitch, that's in there for a called strike.
Let's go.
Shuck is 1 for 2 since coming into the ball game. Matt Young waiting on deck. Here's the next pitch on Shuck. He takes that one outside. 2-1 the count. 10-10 here in the 9th. Next delivery, and that one misses for a ball. It's now 3-1. The A's have more action in their bullpen. They have another right-hander up. Walls has yet to retire anyone, and he's been all over the place. He's thrown a wild pitch. He's walked the batter. He's given up a couple of hits, and the next delivery, here's another hit, and that's going to give the Angels the lead. Shuck with a single in the right field. That will bring in the lead runner, Grichuk, and the Angels are on top. It's now 11-10. So J.B. Shuck delivers. And that will also be a knockout blow here against Walls. He did not retire anyone in the ninth inning and failed to protect the lead for Oakland. A break in the action, a pitching change coming up. When we get back, Angels still batting in the ninth, up 11-10 on the Angels Baseball Network and Fox Sports West. New pitcher in the ballgame for Oakland is Charles Fisher. He becomes their sixth pitcher of the day, their second here in the ninth inning. Walls did not retire any of the four that he faced. And Matt Young is the batter, and the first pitch, that one's a little bit high and away. It's 11-10 Angels. Walls, who left the game 0 innings. He allowed 3 hits right now, 2 runs earned, runners on base, his property. He walked the batter, did not strike out anyone, and threw a wild pitch. So Charles Fisher, a right-hander, taking over. Another pitcher up from their minor league camp today. And the next delivery, he's way high and outside. That pitch had some pretty good velocity, but nowhere close to the strike zone. Fisher, in the one game that he appeared in for Oakland earlier this spring, went a third of an inning. He did not give up any hits, but he did walk 3, and they all scored. So his ERA is way up there right now. Here's a bunch drive by Young. He fouls it off on the third base side. 2-1 the count on Matt Young.
Don't live up to your name. Never played in your life.
Young, since coming in, he's scored a couple of runs, and he's also had a hit. He came in as a pinch runner. He's around the bunt again, lays off the pitch. It's outside. So Fisher, who I mentioned had control problems, and the only appearance that he had for the A's is struggling here. He's behind 3 balls, 1 strike. Charles Fisher, who goes by Carlos, delivers the next pitch, and that one is a little bit outside. Ball 4. So the Angels have the bases loaded. Runners everywhere. Still nobody out, and a chance now to widen this lead. It's 11-10 right now. Alex Yarborough will be the batter. Fisher, who's on the mound, has pitched in the big leagues in the past with the Reds. Here's his delivery, and that one is in there for a called strike. He's from Duarte, born and raised there. Went to Citrus Community College in Glendale, and also Lewis and Clark State College. Here's a fly ball lifted into center field. Should be in another run. Camping under, making the grab is Myers. Tagging is the lead runner for the Angels. The throw goes to second base. That throw is late. And coming in and scoring is Rodriguez on the sac fly off the bat of Yarbrough. And the Angels now have a 12-10 lead. All the other runners advancing as well on that sacrifice fly. They came in on the throw to the plate. So give Yarbrough his second RBI since coming in. Gets that one on the sac fly. That's the first out. And the batter now will be Caleb Cowart, who in the brief amount of time that he's been in the game, he's already driven in 3 runs. A pair with a double, one with a sac fly last inning, which tied the game. And now he could get some more RBIs. Here's the pitch. And he takes that one low and inside. 1 ball, no strikes.
Number 71. You played football?
1 ball, no strikes on Cowart. Here's the next delivery. He chops that one out near second, fielded by Rosales. 1 play home. It's in time to get Cowart. Angels have the contact play on, so Shuck scores. Rosales fielded that ball. It was hit right at him, and he took a long look at the plate and then realized that Shuck was going to score, so he got the shore out over at first base. It'll go down as a 4-3 ground out and a run batted in. 13-10, the Angels on top. Runner at third base, 2 outs. Pitches inside. John Hester, the batter. Angels came into this 9th inning trailing 10-9, but now lead it 13-10, a 4-run inning. All the runs in this inning going against the reliever Walls, who gave up 3 hits and walked 1, and they all scored. Angels have the bullpen going, so we'll see who is going to be coming in to try and get the final 3 outs. Here's the next pitch. That's inside on Hester. 2 balls, 1 strike to count. Charles Carlos Fisher on the hill. Next delivery, fouled back right in front of us, back to the seats and out of play. Big crowd today here in Phoenix, 8,739. And they have seen a game with a lot of action, a lot of runs. And it's gone right down to the wire here in the 9th with the Angels getting the lead. The pitch, that's up and in. And now it's a full count, 3-2. Angels have had 18 hits today, 13 runs. Fisher is set, next delivery, and that one comes way up and in on Hester, and that's ball 4. So the inning isn't over yet. That puts runners at the corners. Second batter that Fisher has walked since coming into the game. And here is a pinch hitter, it looks like. Eric Stamets is the batter. This is his first time up. He came into the ball game last half inning to play it short, so Stamets getting ready to bat. And the first pitch, that one is taken for ball 1. Stamets hitting out a Luis Jimenez spot. Jimenez today went 1 for 4 with a couple of RBIs. Here's the next one on Stamets. That's way up and in. No doubt that Fisher has a good arm. The problem is you just don't know at times where the ball's going to go. And control has always been an issue for him. Stamets, who's batting for the Angels, he's batting for just the 4th time this spring. He's 1 for 3. 9th batter up in the inning. Here's the pitch, and that's a called strike. So the Angels started off good today. 3 first-inning runs, and it is a good close of the game as well. 4 ninth-inning runs. Here's the next pitch. Grounded right to the shortstop. Fielded there by Perino. His flip to second will force out Hester. And the inning is over on the 6-4 fielder's choice. But a good inning for the Angels. 9 step up. 4 of them score. The Angels did it with only 3 hits. There were also 3 walks in the inning. No errors. And in the inning, the Angels will leave 2 runners on base. We're headed to the bottom of the 9th. It's 13-10 Angels on the Angels Baseball Network and Fox Sports West. Angels bring in their 7th pitcher of the day. He's right-hander Eddie McKiernan. And he has a chance to get a save in this ball game. This will be his 2nd appearance for the Angels this spring. In a 3rd of an inning, he gave up a hit, which was a homer, and he allowed a run. So we'll see if he can get the 3 outs here as we go to the bottom of the 9th. Angels up 13-10. Jimmy Swift stays in the ball game. He came into a pinch run in the top of the inning for Luis Rodriguez, and he will replace him at second base. And the Angels have also brought in Efren Navarro to take over at first base as he replaces the Angels starting first baseman, Luis Jimenez. So the first pitch from McKiernan. Scott Moore is the batter. Swings from the left side. He takes it for ball 1. It's 1 ball, no strikes. That Shoemaker could get the win for the Angels. He went 2 innings, giving up 3 hits and a run. And the pitch, there's a high drive. It's lifted deep into right field. It's out by the wall, and that ball is going to get out a home run. Hit it off one of the billboards beyond the wall out there in right field. McKiernan, who gave up a home run in his last outing, gives one up to the first batter he faces here in the bottom of the 9th, and the A's get a little bit closer. It's now 13-11. Adam Rosales will be the next batter. So a wild ball game here today in Phoenix, and the A's aren't going to go down quietly. Apparently, the pitch that's in there for a called strike. McKiernan looking in for the sign. Here's the next delivery. That one is hit foul on the first base side. And the count is no balls and 2 strikes. Eddie McKiernan is a young pitcher who we've seen in spring training for the Angels. in recent springs. He pitched at Salt Lake and Arkansas last year. That pitch in there for a strike. It's now 1-2. McKiernan overall was 9 and 8 last year. Used as a starter and a reliever between AA and AAA. Here's the next delivery, and that one comes in and it hits the batter Rosales. Boy, that came on a 2-strike pitch. And McKiernan obviously a little bit rattled here in the bottom of the 9th. So he's given up a homer now, hit a batter, and he hit the batter after he had 2 strikes on him. Eddie McKiernan was born in Pasadena, went to Monrovia High School, now lives in Temple City, and a former 17th round pick of the Angels back in 2007. Here's the pitch. Fly ball lifted into center field. Hit well. Shuck is going back. Still going back. Still going back. That ball is going to hit off the wall. They're going to wave the runner in all the way from first base. He'll score. And now it's 13-12 Angels with the tying run at second base. Peterson with the double, bringing in Rosales all the way from first base. And the Angel lead is almost disappeared here in the bottom of the 9th. Mike Butcher is going out to have a word with Eddie McKiernan, who has not pitched the way he had hoped here. "25 runs have scored in this game, and it's still not over." The next batter will be Chad Oberracker. He grounded out his only time up. So Mike Butcher went out to talk to McKiernan. So did the catcher John Hester. They gave him the best advice they could, and we'll see if he can find a way to get out of this trouble. 2 have already scored. The tying run is at second. Nobody out. Bottom of the 9th. 13-12 Angels. First pitch in there, called strike. McKiernan, in his career in the Angels organization, has had a lot of different roles. At one time, he was a closer in the minors. Here's the next delivery. Popped up on the left side. Chasing hard is Young. Also chasing is Coward and Stamets, but it's going to drop foul out of the reach down around the Angels bullpen where Matt Oye is warming up. And he would figure to be the only pitcher the Angels have left that they traveled with here today to Phoenix. McKiernan was not on the original travel roster until added late just before the start of the ball game. He's trying to get somebody out here in the bottom of the 9th. Here's the pitch, and there's a swing and a miss, and he will get somebody out right there as he strikes out Oberracker for the first out. Looks like we're going to have a pinch hitter now for the A's. Josh Horton, up from minor league camp for Oakland, will be the pinch hitter for Seth Smith. He'll swing from the left side. McKiernan is ready, and the pitch. And the pitch is a check swing, and he went around for strike 1. This is Horton's first at bat this spring for Oakland. So he's kind of in the same shoes as Eddie McKiernan is. Young player, maybe a little nervous energy, but he lines that one into center field for a base hit. They're going to wave Peterson home. Throw to the plate, skips away from Hester, taking second base on the throw, the pinch hitter Horton, and it's now 13-13. This game is tied up. So the Angels scored 4 in the top of the 9th, only to see the A's come back and get 3 right now in the bottom of the 9th, and they have the winning run in scoring position with 1 out. Eric Sogard, who's gone all the way for them today at third base. 2 for 4, a couple doubles and a couple runs scored. He'll be the next batter. 13-13 in the bottom of the ninth. Here's the pitch. Up and in, it misses. 1-0 the count. Well, you see things like this happen a lot here in the Cactus League. When you get late in games, young pitchers come again. Some do fine, some really struggle. The pitch. That one is low and in. Obviously, it's the latter for McKiernan. He is really struggling. He's faced 5 batters, given up 3 hits, hit a batter, allowed 3 runs, and now another hit, and the A's would likely win the game. The winning run at second, 1 out. The 2-0 pitch. That's high ball 3, and now McKiernan's behind 3-0. Oye is ready if Mike Scioscia wants to bring him in. He's watching the action now. He's warmed up a lot. Here's the next pitch, and that's ball 4, nowhere close. And that is going to be it for Eddie McKiernan. So sure enough, the Angels will go to another young pitcher, Matt Oye, who we have seen this spring. He is going to get the call in from the bullpen, and this will be his 4th outing here in the Cactus League. A break in the action when we get back. We're tied at 13 here in the bottom of the ninth on the Angels Baseball Network and Fox Sports West. The new pitcher for the Angels is Matt Oye, and he gets ready to appear in game number 4. He's worked 2 innings, giving up 2 hits and 2 earned runs. Hasn't walked any, struck out 2. Comes into a tough spot here with runners at first and second. The only runner he's really concerned about, though, is that runner at second base. That's Horton, and he represents the winning run. So Oye takes over for McKiernan, who went 1/3 of an inning, giving up 3 hits right now, 3 runs earned. The runners on base is property. A walk, a strikeout, a hit batsman, and a home run allowed by Eddie McKiernan. So Oye is ready, and the first pitch, that one is fouled off over near the Angels dugout on the third base side. 0-1 is the count. Ryan Lipkin is the batter. The only time he had batted before this at bat was last inning, and he singled in a run, which at the time gave the A's a 10-9 lead. Now a base hit would win it for them in all likelihood. The pitch, and it's a bouncing ball hit back to Oye. He goes to second for 1, relay to first. It's a double play. Good job by Matt Oye as he fielded that bouncer near the mound and turns it into a twin killing. And the inning will end on that double play ball. And now we'll wait and see whether or not we're going to play into the 10th inning or not. The umpires are going to say that this ball game is over. So after all that, a game that saw 26 runs score here this afternoon, it ends in a 13-13 tie. 3 hours and 44 minutes to complete 9 innings, and nothing really decided today. It'll end in a tie, and the Angels will play their 4th one here this spring. So we'll have Jose Mota join Angels manager Mike Scioscia in just a moment. That's coming up. As far as the totals here today, the Angels had 13 runs, 18 hits, no errors, and the Angels ended up leaving 11. And for the A's today, they had 13 runs, 15 hits. They ended up committing 1 error, and Oakland in today's ball game will end up leaving a total of 4. Let's go down to Jose Mota and Angels manager Mike Scioscia.
Thanks a lot, Terry. Mike, after a game like this, you see the youngsters come back, put a tremendous effort offensively, and then the letdown. What is the best message time after time as you see this happening in spring training? What do you tell them?
You know, I think part of development is winning games, and I think we've been on the short end of too many games. We talk to our kids about it. We talk to everybody about it. When you're out there in the field, you're trying to win a game and execute, and we haven't done what we need to do so far in the spring. Now, on the flip side of that, these kids are young. It's a good hold right there for a guy like Matt Oy to come in. Stamets' second turn, a great double play to keep it a tie in the last inning. So there's some things we'll build on.
If you can quickly tell me and assess Weaver's performance, and then Alberto Callaspo on the offensive side kind of getting into his flow. How do you see that?
Well, Alberto's going to be important to us, whether he hits second or hits 6th or 7th, wherever it shows up. He's a good situational hitter, a contact hitter, was in good spots this afternoon. We've had a terrible outing, and it's certainly a step backwards from where you want to see him moving forward in the spring. He just didn't feel like he had his release point. Went down there, worked on some things in the bullpen. It's not a good time for it when you need to get stretched out to at least 5 innings and 75 pitches. He fell short of that. Hopefully he'll be able to pick it up next start and then get back on track.
In that case, is that a concern for you?
It is right now because he didn't accomplish what we needed to accomplish today. We'll see where he is in between starts, and hopefully there's no pain or anything. He just didn't have his release point.
Thank you very much, Mike.
Happy birthday, Jose.
Mike Scioscia wishing me a happy birthday. I wonder if it had anything to do with Terry Smith.
Jose, word travels fast here in the Cactus League, my friend. Appreciate it. And the Angels and the Oakland A's play a marathon 9-inning game that ends in a 13-13 tie. Now, for those of you watching on TV, Jose and Victor Rojas will have a lot more post-game analysis. And on the radio side, we'll be back with more from Phoenix as well. This is the Angels Baseball Network and Fox Sports West.